What'd you think about the big game?
The superb owl.
Mm-hmm. We correctly predicted it last week, right?
You think I remember last week?
No, I don't really either, but I feel like we got it.
I think I said something like coming down to the wire, but I didn't think overtime.
I don't think we said overtime, but I think we definitely had the right team, and then Taylor Swift comes on to the field and endorses Jill Stein for president.
Well, we lost $10,000 betting on her kissing George Kittle. So
we did. I'd have made the bet again. It seemed like it's the way it was going to go. Yeah. Did we? I think. Nah, I don't know if we called overtime. Oh, that would have been.
We definitely didn't call overtime. But we said like with the game-winning drive or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like win it in the last minute. Taylor comes on the field, immediately starts like face effing George Kittle.
I was, in terms of other predictions, one I had totally forgotten about until I was reminded by Shinobu, aka noted non-creep Brandon,
for now,
that I guess when he was coronated or something, I predicted that King Charles will die on July 21st, 2024. And he recently got diagnosed with cancer. So depending on how aggressive the cancer is, I mean, if he dies on that day,
he could.
Like,
have you seen those fingies?
Those fingies are trouble. That was before the diagnosis.
Yeah, exactly. Just imagine how bad it is now.
But like, if he dies on the day I said he was going to die, what do I do with that?
You're the king now.
I'm the king.
If he dies exactly that day,
yeah,
you're the king now.
Yeah, right.
You leapfrog Willie and Harry.
Yeah,
you're number one.
Harry doesn't even want it.
I mean, he doesn't even get it.
Harry a bitch.
He doesn't even get it.
Doesn't even get it.
A baby gets it before he does.
That's funny.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since a baby king.
That is true.
Let's do one of those.
King Baby. I like King Baby.
Was that a thing? Is that something? Is
King Baby something? Donkey Kong? No.
That's King K. Rool, you silly.
King Baby is... Somebody, a listener is screaming at their listening device right now.
Who are they screaming at?
I'm Scott. That's Drew. They're screaming at us.
Yeah.
King Baby is a thing.
It's a thing. But I don't know what. Does it have to do with Nolans?
Oh, I don't know.
Was there a baby king of New Orleans?
Is King Baby that the ousted president of Haiti that I was trying to think of?
I love the names you Rolodex through in trying to figure out who the deposed U.S. installed leader of Haiti in the 1980s was.
I mean,
King.
That's a King Baby.
That's a King Baby.
I hope I find something disgusting looking up King Baby. Oh, King Baby's a Jim Gaffigan album.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Right here.
Yep.
King Baby.
That's the one.
Handsome guy, that Jim Gaffigan.
Love him.
I do love him.
6 kids, Catholic.
He's one of my favorite comedians.
He's great.
Yeah.
I've seen him live.
I haven't, but I would like to. Oh, it is a New Orleans thing, and that's terrifying. Oh, that better be the clip. That better be the thumbnail. No. That better be the thumbnail. That is terrifying.
Send it to me so that it may haunt my dreams.
Now, what's
You'll know what we're talking about when you see the thumbnail.
What's more horrifying, that or the original New Orleans Pelican?
Ooh. I think I could take more of the Pelican. Sexually.
Well, yeah, you're not allowed to...
What's a pelican dick like? I guess it's just one of the...
A bird dick?
Or a duck dick.
No, only ducks have duck dicks.
Because those are a mess. Will that...
Here.
We won't be seeing that terrifying baby.
Hi, Scott. I'm the president of your nightmares.
That's my guy. Why did they change me? It was perfect.
Well, they changed him to this and then this.
The second one is still terrifying.
Yeah, it's just regular color that.
Yeah.
And then this one's more of a pelican.
Cartoony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just like if you look at it, this is a nice preview into Smarch Madness.
I was just gonna say, are we gonna say that terrifying baby in Smarch Madness?
Because like the beak is too small for the head.
Yes.
And then the second one, they're like No, they have big.
Yeah, remember?
Huge,
Hey, remember how pelicans look?
Yeah. Hey, remember how pelicans swallow pigeons whole?
No, I don't like that either.
I think I saw a seagull once too. I think it swallowed a seagull whole.
It's rough.
Yeah, whatever. You gotta eat. You gotta eat what you gotta eat.
They got crazy digestive systems.
But the worst part is that there's just a living thing in your stomach.
All the way in you.
That's just like alive for a while after you eat it.
Yeah, it's not going to die immediately.
Eh.
There he is. Looking good, pelican.
Shoes.
Shoes.
Give him feet. Give him stork feet.
You should have pelican feet.
Pelican feet. What do pelican feet look like?
I think they're big webbed fuckers.
They're all shoes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this preview because we're coming up real quick on March Madness.
What was the date of that one we figured?
Oh, nice. I'm glad that you think I remember that. 21st and 20th, 21st were like the play-in games.
So
and the tournament starts the 23rd.
So it'll be the March 25th episode, the Monday, March 25th.
Yes.
And then Theory March 18th is best of 2021.
Yes.
And
which you are well ahead of?
Which I am getting very stressed out at the amount of 2021 you're watching versus the 2021 I've watched since we decided on a date.
Well, there's a big disparagement.
So close.
Disparagement.
That's a word maybe, but not what you're looking for. How long do I make him twist
I don't
the
know.
wind on this? I'll give you one more shot, then I'll tell you.
Disparity. Disparage.
The G is what's fucking you. Disparity. Yeah.
The disparity between why I'm doing it and why you're doing it. And if you pay for my secrets at paypal.me/SarianSoftballs, I'll tell you my secrets.
And if you PayPal me at paypal.me/NotScottHenson, I'll tell you Drew's secrets for half the price.
But how do you know what my price is?
I know.
Okay. You know what I'm worth or what my asking price is?
I know what your value is.
Oh, okay.
Made in the Abyss reference.
That's what I was going to say. Do I have to give up my legs or both eyes?
You can give 2 limbs, 2 eyes, or half of your guts.
Oh, I'll give the guts.
Give me the guts.
The guts. I'll slim down a little if I give up the guts.
True. Clear a lot of room in there.
Yeah. Although I'm back under 200 pounds. So
that's wild. I like that for you.
It's all muscle mass because I'm not working out because I'm lazy and, pay for my secrets.
Pay for secrets.
Although one person didn't have to pay for my secrets, but it was a fair trade of goods and services provided for secrets.
True. So you could also do that. But probably easier to just...
You can buy me and send me a Blu-ray off my wish list, and then that'll get you a secret.
You can do wish list.
Although don't do it... No, by the time this is... I'll update it. It needs to be updated. Anywho. Smarch Madness, Scary Pelican, King Baby. That was. King Baby better... You know what? I think we've had the Pelican as the cover of an episode before. I think we talked about it once, and it is definitely the cover of a Pelican.
Yeah,
and it was
for sure.
It was a scary one.
Yeah, I believe this will be at least our 3rd mascot thumbnail.
Yes, I think so.
Because we had Alma Otter for last year's March Madness.
That's right. Oh, that was beautiful.
And honestly, probably a couple others.
I think
turns out we do a lot of furry shit.
Yeah, we're real big in the mascot community.
Yeah.
Can't wait for March Madness. One of my favorite episodes of the year, and also one of our most listened to episodes of the year.
Last year fucking killed it. Like pretty much the podcast now is killing time between March Madness episodes.
And Roblox.
This is a Roblox podcast. Yeah. I didn't put Roblox in the title.
Even though I named it Roblox again.
You did name it Roblox again. I actually used the title you told me not to.
I know, I saw.
Because I forgot what the other option was.
Oh, okay.
I think we just said something with NOS.
Yes.
But I didn't because I liked my pun, and it's
monetized?
It's monetized. And performing much worse than the previous 3 episodes.
Well, I guess everything is Roblox from now on.
Because the last 3, it was Roblox.
.oof.
Yeah, more Roblox. Yeah. And then Oscar bait, which I think caught some Oscar
Probably.
searches, maybe because of the time of year.
Probably.
So yeah, it turns out every successful YouTube channel has it figured out with clickbaity titles.
Oh, interesting.
Who'd have thought?
What's the title of this one?
Drama PewDiePie.
Eugenics. Good or bad?
You decide. We decide.
We decide.
Eugenics, good or bad? We decide. I've already decided. You?
Me too.
Good, right?
On the count of 3, let's say.
1, 2, 3, good. It's good.
Eugenics or euthanasia? Which one's good? Which one's bad? We'll tell you. Tune in at 9 p.m. tonight.
8 Central.
This is the news.
This has been the news. Good night, everybody. Good night and good luck. Who's that? Cronkite? Murrow? One of the two.
David Strathairn.
Yeah, but that's just an actor.
Yeah, but he did the movie. Well, George Clooney
did the movie, Drew.
You know what? Not to get off topic here.
David Strathairn rocks.
He's great.
I love him.
I expected to think that movie was going to be slow and boring. I really liked it.
I like it too. I expected to be more bored by it.
I really liked it.
Yeah. If you want to be bored by a George Clooney movie, might I suggest Syrian?
Monument Men.
I think Monuments Men is better than Syrian.
I mean, it's still fucking boring.
Have you seen
How about
Syrian
the remake
recently?
of Solaris?
Ooh.
George Clooney's in a lot of good movies and a lot of terrible movies.
Yeah.
Ocean's 13. You know what? This is now we run through George Clooney's...
It's a Clooney cast.
It's a Clooney cast.
I feel like his directorial work...
He is so handsome. Like,
he's unbelievable.
Ides of March.
Yep.
The Midnight Sun. No, Midnight Sky, which is that one that came out during the pandemic where he was with that little girl trapped in the ark, blah, blah, blah. Monuments Man, the new one, The Boys in the Boat.
My mom liked it.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. That's a good one. Good Night, Good Luck. That's a good one.
That's the first one he directed. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Okay.
Suburbicon. Pretty good.
Did I know he directed Suburbicon?
Maybe. I think.
Yes, I did.
It was Suburbicon.
It's written by Cohen.
Yes. Eaton.
It was written
Eaton Cohen
of Garfield fame.
Yeah.
And Holmes and Watson was that an Eaton Cohen?
Yep. It is written by both of them. And George Clooney and Grant Heslov.
But was written like 40 years ago?
It was written like a long ass
like
time
the
ago.
early 80s.
Yes.
Like it was written before Blood Simple. And they just sat on it.
There's that, and then there's Downsizing. And everybody thought Downsizing would be good.
And
Suburbicon would be bad.
Yeah.
And it was the complete opposite.
And I didn't
Downsizing
watch
is
either.
Pretty shitty.
Yeah.
It's watchable, but it's not as good as you think it would be. And then Suburbicon, I think, is really good. Don't go by the Letterboxd average score, which is a 2.6.
Tight. I gave
it a 7.
I was meant to watch Suburbicon. And
why didn't you for 2017? I think I mentioned it in my Hans. Coward.
You probably did.
He directed The Tender Bar with Ben Affleck last year, a couple years ago.
Nobody saw that.
And Leatherheads, which I think is pretty good. I like Leatherheads.
I didn't see Leatherheads. IMDb doesn't love Leatherheads. It's a 6 out of 10.
I think it's fun.
56 Metascore.
Yeah.
I think maybe you're wrong.
As far as acting...
The Catch-22 miniseries, which I actually did watch and was fine. But I feel like there's better Catch-22 adaptations.
Probably. Phantasm Fox, Ocean's 11, Gravity, why did he need to die? Do you know that if you pull, they'll float to you?
What's that?
He's in Flash.
Good for him.
Burn After Reading, Oh Brother.
Yeah, he's Batman in the Flash.
Ocean's 12, which is only okay. From Dusk Till Dawn. Hail Caesar, not great. Thin Red Line, Ocean 13, bad. Batman and Robin, depending on who you ask, bad, but also good. Spy Kids.
Spy Kids.
Up in the Air. South Park, the movie. He's the doctor.
Yes. And he was legitimately like in an early episode of South Park, a dog.
Yep.
Like he just
did dog noises.
He barked.
Well, he's a huge fan of the show.
Yeah.
He thought it was so funny, and he was like, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Matt Damon wanted to be in Team America.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, well, no, that defeats the purpose, Matt. We don't want to have the actors.
Yeah.
We're making fun of the actors.
Matt, we're calling you mentally deficient.
Yes. Take to Paradise, probably bad. Tomorrowland, bad. Descendants, whatever. Michael Clayton, Scott's favorite movie of all time.
Damn,
Spy Kids
Tomorrowland.
3D.
Tomorrowland. What a forgettable movie.
I watched it, and I only watched it because Hugh Laurie's in it, and I like anything Hugh Laurie does.
Sure.
Even though he's not really in it that much. But he does have a beard.
Does he play Tomorrow?
He plays Land.
Okay,
yeah. Like, I think his acting is a real 50-50.
It is.
I think his directing is a real 40...
40. A real 40-73.
35... 1, 2, 3... 3.5 good. 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 bad, and 2 I haven't seen. Which I'm going to assume one's okay and one's TV series, so I can never see it.
It's fair.
Although,
Rules are rules.
I am seeing Christopher Abbott, who is low-key one of my favorite actors now.
He's great.
So maybe I should see it.
When are we? That reminded me of...
I mean, he did get turned into a goat, so... I mean,
spoilers, dude.
whatever, nobody cares.
They tusked him.
They tusked him.
The Christopher Abbott made me think of James White.
Ooh, he's in Kraven the Hunter.
Which, now that you're in love with Christopher Abbott, could maybe do something on your 15 list when we revisit lists.
Maybe.
You looked at me like I was out of my mind for 3/4 of that sentence.
Not gonna lie, I kind of stopped paying attention to you.
Your body just shut down.
I was looking up Christopher Abbott.
You were looking through me.
Yeah,
it was chilling.
Did not pay attention to anything you said. Who's Christopher Abbott? What now?
Christopher Abbott made me think of the movie James White, which is really, really good, and no one has seen.
No, I still really couldn't. It had nothing to do with him. I just couldn't really get into it. I don't know.
It has
why.
a Sex in the City in it, the ugliest one.
Yeah, but
that's worth something.
I just couldn't really get into it. I don't know why. I don't
think it was on my 10.
It was not. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really get it.
It was like, it was in the convo.
You know the Jello pudding pop. What was it? Even though it wasn't on my list, I have thought. Weirdly, it pops in my head every now and then. Is Krisha?
Yeah,
just kind of randomly, like a scene from that movie will just like pop in my head, and then I go, "What's that from?" And then I go like, "Oh, it was that."
Krisha, yeah.
But like, I gave it an 8.
Yeah,
it just wasn't on my list. So
did Adam also give it an 8?
Adam also gave it an 8.
Are you guys best friends?
Sometimes.
Are you guys are you like doing fun stuff with them?
Sometimes, not always.
Sometimes not always. Sometimes you have a big fight.
Sometimes I want to have a big fight. Like the fact that he gave Blowout 7.
He liked it though.
But that's not a 10. So
that is a fair point.
I've watched it twice. I've given it a 10 twice. So 7 to 10, big difference.
Yeah. I talked to him a little.
Also, Tard 5, and I gave it a 3, and I gave it a 7. So that's the trade-off, I guess.
You really mixed your metaphors there, because you made it sound like
I give it a 6, not a 7.
Yeah, but you made it sound like Adam gave it a 5.
Oh, sorry.
So you have to be consistent. He gave it 5 out of 5 stars. You gave it 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different things.
Well, I gotta make people think.
That's true. Keep them guessing.
And I saw he gave Madam Web a half.
Yes.
Was it deserving of a half?
Is
it deserving of a negative?
It makes Morbius look like the Godfather.
That was the first review I saw of it, and I was like, well, guys, that's Scott.
Yeah, I haven't seen Morbius. You're
missing out.
I missed out on the hype.
You're missing out.
Even when Sony, who's so stupid and dumb, got tricked into re-releasing Morbius in theaters by ironic memes.
Yes.
Which is like a good, like, security test on it. It was very fortuitous. I'm watching a noted British dad show, Slow Horses, with Gary Oldman, who's honestly rocks in it.
Shocker.
I know, yeah.
Shocker that one of the
Gary
greatest
Oldman,
living
good.
actors.
Guys, stop the presses. Gary Oldman, good.
Good.
And
then you should watch the Harry Potter movies, because he's in those.
I'm gonna after 2021 and 2022.
We'll see about that.
We will see about that. And the inciting incident in the recent season 3 is that they send a cool name, Tiger Team, to MI5, which, as far as MI5 knows, is like an actual like enemy infiltration of MI5. But the Tiger Team they're not malicious. They're hired by a few people in the know as a security test of MI5 to determine weaknesses.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep before I stuck in there. That was a lot.
You're making me very upset.
Yeah, let's continue with your, what's it called? Old Dogs?
Yeah, it's called Old Dogs. Gary Oldman and Old Dogs. And the Morbius Sony thing was the same thing. Like, let's test how stupid and out of touch Sony Studios is to see if a bunch of memes pretending how great Morbius is can actually make you re-release in theaters. And they did, and they failed the test. I think it made $122 in its re-release nationally.
It was not a lot. It was not a lot
like
at
it
all.
was like they lost money by re-releasing it.
Morbius.
So, Madam Web. What can you say about Madam Web that hasn't already been said about
that statement?
About war-torn Syria? The writing is terrible, and same writing team as Morbius and Gods of Egypt. These guys like can't stop crushing it.
It was re-released in 1,000 theaters in June 2022, and it made just over $28,000 or $280,000.
It made less than $1 million in its release.
It made less than $500,000.
That's wild. That's
It barely
so bad.
made $250,000.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's less than I would have legitimately guessed. I would have said like 2 million.
Yeah, I was at a couple million probably.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a
enough
big
people-
movie. It's a fucking superhero movie.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah.
Starring the least likable actor you could find.
Starring Cool Guy Jared.
Yeah. I hate that I liked his music and also bought a couple of his CDs and met him in person.
A less likable Jared than Fogel. Fogel's friendlier.
2 kids.
I'm a kid.
Oh, you're a baby.
I'm not gonna do it.
You keep talking because I gotta pee real bad.
All right.
Talking to both mics.
No, I feel like it'd be weird. So
I can hear you from the back. That's fine.
yeah, let me see what I got to say about Madam Web. So yeah, the writing is atrocious. I feel like not even every scene, like every sentence is just like a fart. Just nothing ever land. Not even like stuff that's trying to be funny and doesn't land. Even dramatic stuff. Just everything doesn't hit the way it's intended. And part of that also is the dog shit acting. And I know often like when every performance in a movie is kind of universally bad, that's more than likely the director's fault. And I'm sure to a degree it is the director's fault, and not just because it's a woman who has never directed anything of note before. But everyone was pretty bad. And like, I don't think Dakota Johnson's ever done anything good. She's in a movie I like, Suspiria, but is she even good in that, or is it just a good movie around a not great Dakota Johnson, including a brave dual role by Tilda Swinton? Yeah, and then one super weird thing about the movie, because it's as all my right-wing friends on Facebook keep telling me, it is a movie that both went woke and went broke. Which they predicted, but correctly, before the movie even came out. I'm assuming it's made not the right amount of money a superhero movie should make. Hey, if it crushes at the box office, shame on me. But it feels like another Morbius. But yeah, like, so for a progressive, like, largely female cast, female director, woke air quotes movie, it seems very strange that and this doesn't even happen that much regularly in any movie anymore, let alone a movie like this. But like the 3 younger girls in it were clearly just cast because they're hot and not for any acting talent. They are bad. However, one is Sydney Sweeney, who I'd very much like to ruin vaginally.
She is your type.
She is my type. I like her a lot.
I need to look up who the girls are because I don't actually know.
Number one, it's very funny. It's a real 90s 90210 situation with old people playing people in their mid-teens.
Oh, of course.
Because at one point it is said, we did not get exact ages. It was said that they are under 18, and it sounded like, because basically one girl is living by herself in an apartment.
Oh, an emancipated minor.
Because her dad got deported. And she says,
let me guess, that was the Latino one?
It was the Latino one. First try.
I recognize her. She's in the second Sicario movie. She's the one that Benicio has to go extract.
Was she the Soledad?
She was the Soledad.
Nice.
Also, she's in Transformers: The Last Night. Hello.
Duh. She was Optimus Prime?
She was, in fact, Optimus Prime.
I'm really good at this. I'm doing the best at this. So they're and so she said she has to like pretty much be a ghost until she's 18, and it made it sound like it would be a while until she was 18. So they're canonically playing, like, let's say 16-year-olds. They are
Nice.
They are 22, 25, and 26 years old.
Okay.
Which is pretty funny. And like they look
they
look mid-20s.
Yeah.
And they're playing like little baby girls, which is weird because they're also very hot.
I was gonna say, they're also smashing constantly.
No, I don't know. There's no, like, I think there's one guy in the movie and he's the bad guy. So
is it the guy from No Prophet?
Is it?
I know he's in the movie.
Whatever he's doing.
Tahar Rahim, this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing in this movie.
Is he Mr. Negative? What the hell's his character?
He does act kind of negative sometimes. He's like a bad spider.
Oh.
But whatever he's doing, he needs to stop it. And I don't know if there was some major issue with the movie.
There was.
But he is largely
likable.
ADR'd.
Oh.
Like, he does not... Very few of his lines are delivered live.
Okay.
On the camera that's filming him.
I think there was a lot of that in this movie from what I heard.
There's one location where they clearly could not figure out how to mic it. Because there's a location that's several scenes with Mr. Negative and girl from Girls. One of them.
I like that you think I know who that is.
No, I don't know. Not Lena Dunham.
The black one.
Not the black one.
Oh.
Like not as, I was going to say the ugly one, but Lena Dunham's the ugly one.
Yeah. Not the one who sexually assaulted her sister as children.
Correct. That's a real thing that happened. Look it up with Lena Dunham. Yeah, like a different ugly one. Yeah, but and they're just like it's in his like loft apartment, and they're just hacking the shit out of the NSA.
Nice.
They have every camera in America.
Hackers.
Yeah, and anything in that scene, 100% ADR.
Huh.
Like they could not
put 2 and 2 together.
Couldn't crack the code on miking that scene. Not even that location for multiple scenes.
Yeah.
So that was fun. He's Arabic.
Yeah, he's Tajikistani.
Because I was trying to pin down his accent. The accent he was doing in this movie.
I think he's Algerian, and I think he grew up in France.
So he kind of has a French accent?
He's a little bit French.
The accent he's doing in this movie is not a little bit French. But that being said, I don't know...
Cajun.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's doing Cajun.
I don't think he's doing Cajun.
Oh. Creole.
He's doing something, and it's a goddamn mess. You shouldn't have allowed the movie to go out with him doing it. It would have been in your better interest, even if you had to recast the main role, Because if that's what he was doing and what he was going to continue to do in this movie, it was not to anyone's benefit for him to keep doing that.
He's just French, so
he's just French.
He's of some Middle Eastern.
Algerian makes sense,
but it doesn't actually
French.
say. But yeah.
But he sounded ridiculous.
He's born on the 4th of July.
Oh, he's a real
coming home from Vietnam with your legs blown off. And
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Good for him.
Seen that movie?
No. Oliver Stone.
He's mad at you.
He's mad at me?
He's mad at you for not seeing his movies. In theaters 37 years ago.
I did one of his movies on this very show. That's plenty.
Yeah, you did.
Think of all the directors who I haven't done on this show, and I have done one for Oliver Stone.
It's true. Tyler Perry.
You should be so lucky. Tyler Perry, for example.
I have so many questions about this movie because...
I got so many answers.
Well, the thing is, I didn't even know it was a movie until a month out from it being released.
Yeah.
I heard nothing about it.
I feel like I heard of it 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, no,
Adam's been on it for months.
Because he knew how bad it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course. He's got to have his fingers
on the pulse.
His finger in the pulse.
His finger's in the pulse.
And the pulse is black man's blood. So they're all Spider-Man.
Well,
sort of. They have the powers of Spider-Man.
When you say they, who are you referring to?
The ladies, the girls,
no,
the children,
no,
just Madam Web,
and even her,
just
no,
a prophet,
just Tahir
Rahimi.
Yeah, just him.
Okay,
he's the only spidery one.
So then she gets spider powers.
Okay.
But can she stop a train?
No. She has
tingles.
Get that? Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
She has the strength of one human woman. So she gets spider powers, but only the famous spider mind powers.
Oh, okay.
She has zero. Let's be clear, zero physical powers. She tries to climb a wall and falls down.
Okay.
She has no extra strength.
Okay.
She's
not sticky.
She's not sticky.
I'll make her sticky. I mean, she's sticky in some other movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very sticky.
A trilogy.
Very sticky in some other movies.
You know how spiders have visions of the future?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So she's got those.
Oh, okay.
And then, but then she gets taught right at the end that by a Peruvian spider friend.
Okay.
Oh, I believe also I think she's canonically a Peruvian citizen in the movie because she's a white woman but born in Peru because her pregnant mom, at 9 months pregnant, goes to Peru to find magic spiders, which we don't know why for a while, but she's told because Dakota Johnson in her tummy is going to have like some neuromuscular disorder. So she's going to, her very pregnant mom is going to go to Peru and fix it with magic spiders. It's perfectly logical. It's fine. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm sort of with you, but.
And in the Peruvian jungles, there are these magic spider men who have like made their own Spider-Man costumes basically,
okay,
out of like wood. Who
okay,
and she's,
but
what, go ahead.
Well, because like there's different versions of Spider-Man, because like Tobey Maguire shoots it like out of his body, whereas like Tom Holland has to make things that shoot.
These guys don't really do webs.
Oh, so they're not really spiders.
They're climby.
They're gonna be monkeys. They're gonna be monkey men.
They could 1,000% be monkey men based on their powers. They're climby and strong. No, not based on their skin color.
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
We're running a family
they
podcast.
could very much be monkey men based on the color
on
of their skin.
Powers.
Said Scott Henson.
You monster. What are we even doing here?
Being racist on our podcast?
You're being racist.
No, I'm using the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I don't. I'm going to touch your radio, though.
You're being a real yin-yang twin right now.
Oh. I was gonna say it, but I can't.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We got lucky getting monetized last week
They didn't even hear it.
on the
that's why.
episode that nobody listened to for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. Because it wasn't Roblox. That's why.
It wasn't Roblox.
Maybe we should start doing shorter episodes so people actually listen.
Well, it's funny because that
I know
was
you said
that
that.
was
Shorter ones they do, longer ones sometimes they do. It's like, I don't know. People are.
But also, like last week was under 2 hours,
Yeah.
and
And the one before was over 2 hours.
2:59.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Almost 3. Exactly.
Yeah, and more people listen to that.
Because
So
it had Roblox in the title.
no, that was Oscar bait.
Oh, it was Oscar bait.
So I don't know.
So the Oscar bait got the listens.
Yeah,
Feel bad for anybody who sat through that entire podcast thinking that there was going to be talk of this year's Oscars, only for us
It
to
said
talk
2001 and 2007.
Yeah,
They
I
can
know.
fucking read. No, they can't. But I'm giving them a lot of credit. So there's cool Peruvian spider guys who, who help her. The mom dies in childbirth. She's
Womp womp.
she's born not with a neuromuscular disorder because of the magic
spiders.
spider venom. And then, yeah. And then her powers awaken when she has a fucking near-death experience, whatever. More questions. Okay. This movie is really, really mean to those 3 poor hot girls. And I'll tell you why it's mean to them. Because this movie, or the people making this movie, like made these poor girls think.
Oh, I saw your review. Yeah.
That there's going to be another movie where they have powers.
Yeah.
Because by the end of this movie, they don't.
Oh.
Let's be clear.
Because I was going to say, then what's the point of the girl?
These are 3 regular
to
ass
move the story along?
26-year-olds playing teenage girls. There are some visions of the future where they are cool spider girls.
Okay.
But the end, P.S. no post credits.
Good. Doesn't deserve
So
one.
they
knew.
They knew. But if they knew, don't make the poor girls think that there's going to be stuff.
You're just saying that because you want to fuck Sydney Sweeney.
I really want to fuck Sydney Sweeney. But the other 2 are pretty good too.
Yeah.
They're all hot.
I mean, surprise, I very much like the Latina one.
You can't have her.
I know, Off Limits.
Yeah.
The other one is for somebody else.
The other one's pretty good too.
I know she is.
Yeah.
We saw her in Ghostbusters Afterlife. She's like the girlfriend of the older brother.
Does she play podcast?
Of Dick Wolfhard.
She's podcast.
She's podcast.
Yeah. So the girls, the entirety of the movie in the present day are girls. There's like 2 flashes.
Sounds boring.
2 future flashes of them having powers and costumes.
Imagine going to see this movie thinking you're getting Spider-Man and you don't get Spider-Man.
The closest thing to Spider-Man is the bad guy.
Does he have like a costume or a suit? Does it look cool?
It looks like black and red Spider-Man.
So he's just Spider-Man.
He's bad Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
And also regular Spider-Man doesn't exist. He's the only Spider-Man and he's bad.
okay.
He doesn't have like a villain name. He's just whatever his fucking name is.
Mm-hmm.
Pablo Escobar.
Tajikistan. I saw his name on the thing and it's something stupid.
Yeah, I think his first name is really stupid. Everyone's name was stupid because like her mom was Constance.
Ezekiel Sims. And Cassandra Webb.
Yeah.
Julia Cornwall.
Yeah.
Anya Corazon.
Corazon.
Maddie Franklin. Mm-hmm. Mike Epps was in it.
He was.
Was he good? Was he funny?
Here's Mike Epps.
Mike Epps playing Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Oh, Emma Roberts and Adam Scott are in it, and they play Mary and Ben Parker, a.k.a. Peter Parker's parents.
Oh. I didn't know that.
No, that's Peter Parker's parents.
So Peter Parker was in Emma Roberts' tummy.
I suppose.
She was pregnant.
Oh, okay. Then there you go.
Emma Roberts.
Also your type?
Wood.
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Wood.
Because he's got your name.
And Adam's name.
Yeah. There's a lot of people with dumb names. Yeah. Constance Webb.
So interesting. So wait, so Emma, what was Emma Roberts' character name?
She's Mary Parker.
And she had an absentee husband, Richard.
I don't know, but Ben Parker's... Ben's Uncle Ben. So that's her brother.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Or brother-in-law.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he was no.
Because I was saying he's a lot older than Emma Roberts.
He is Emma Roberts' brother-in-law. His brother is Richard, who we never see.
Right.
And Richard is married to Emma Roberts.
There you go.
Okay, so there is a connection. So these are the okay.
Yep.
The timeline is nonsense.
Well, I told you.
It was 100% supposed to take place in the early 90s.
Yes.
But then
they filmed a bunch of it for it to be taking place in the early 90s. Yeah. But then there's apparently, like, I heard there's one.
It tells you it takes place in 2003.
Very terribly CGI'd over something poster for Beyonce's first album.
Yes.
That looks terrible.
It is on a big brick wall.
And then at one point, there's an ADR line of Dakota Johnson saying, I gotta get home to watch Idol.
Yep.
But clearly none of that was originally in the script.
No.
And whether or not that is like this could, because unfortunately in comic book movies, nothing actually needs to like line up when you make it because there's always just a way down the line to make things work.
Peter Parker was born in 2003.
Well, that's the thing is if this is like which Peter Parker
does that
this
almost
based
work
off?
For Tom Holland? No, it still doesn't work.
No, but like it depends which Peter Parker this is supposed to be based off of, and like what story, like whatever.
It doesn't work great for Toby because Toby was an adult person in 2002.
Yes.
So that's tricky.
And Andrew Garfield would have already been born and
gay. Andrew Garfield was already gay.
He's bi.
Shut the fuck up.
Would sleep with a woman.
He never
He just mostly sleeps with men. But he would sleep with... It's not like he would say, yuck, get out of my bed. He just would prefer it to be a man.
All bi men are gay. All bi women are straight.
You heard it here first, folks. Scott broke the secret code of bisexuality that no one would ever admit. Everyone's got an asshole. Nobody wants to admit it.
It's fucking true.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's, I guess at least it has some connection to Spider-Man, but also like just having a vague connection to Spider-Man is not good enough to make the movie worth watching.
But like with the time, so clearly the original plan was early 90s.
Yeah.
There is a ton of like 1994 music in it.
Yeah.
There's Dreams by the Cranberries, What's Up by Four Non Blondes, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something.
Okay, good.
And like three others.
Can't say it. Nope.
We're gonna get copyright struck
because we're so good at singing it.
True.
We sound exactly like the band.
Like
that's
Deep
why.
Blue
We're
Something.
Deep Blue Something.
Hit after hit from those guys.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Working at a diner. Overdosing on drugs, killing your parents. Those are all songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they, for whatever reason, shifted to 2003. Also, neither mattered. It could have all taken place today.
Right.
No different. You just would have had more cell phones.
I mean, unless they're implying that Emma is young Marissa Tomei.
I don't think it works.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't. No, sorry. Young Peter's mom. Marissa Tomei's his aunt.
Oh, yeah.
So, Adam Scott is banging Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who was banging Marissa Tomei? Who's been in that universe?
Doesn't exist.
Oh, we never saw him.
I don't think he had an Uncle Ben because his parents were alive when he was a younger boy. And no, maybe there was. I don't fucking remember.
Who cares?
All this stuff is so convoluted and all over the fucking place.
Yeah. So yeah, those are so you get all of those songs, and then you get like really aggressively and completely not in keeping with the tone of what was going on. Like because she like stashes the girls in the woods.
Okay.
Because
from the Gestapo,
because Bad Spider-Man has the complete access to the NSA. So what are his motivations? Like, what's he keeps it is a recurring dream of the future where these three girls, but older and as spider women, kill him and take his magic spider.
Yeah.
So he has to kill them first.
So nobody's bitten by a spider. They just possess the spider?
No, that you need the venom because Dakota Johnson's mom got bit.
Right.
And I assume he has also been bit, and it gives you magic.
Well, I can't wait to find out what happens in the sequel. When they explain a lot more of this.
Totally. And, what was I going to say? So she has to the NSA thing. So he's got access to like every security camera in the United States with flawless facial recognition in 2003.
Well, I was going to say, how does that work if the movie originally takes place in 1994?
Maybe that's why they changed it.
I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah.
Because like that would make sense in 1994.
But it's even a reach for 2003. But the thing is, where did their program with the NSA and like what they're using for the facial recognition, where did it get the faces of these girls besides him describing them from his dream? Because he has never seen them before in real life,
right?
But he was able to input into the NSA hacking machine their perfect faces such that facial recognition could flawlessly detect them on any security camera.
And in his head, he's seeing them as much older.
Yeah.
And he's describing them as 15 or 16,
as 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Yes. That's correct.
Yep.
Any other questions?
No, that makes sense. Perfect sense to me. I think this movie's well written.
Yeah. So anyway, Dakota stashes the bitches in the woods, and then goes off and does stuff which seems irresponsible. But then the girls get bored and like walk half a mile through the woods to a diner. But like, they're kind of scared and walking through the woods. Meanwhile, that fucking Scandalous song is blasting over the soundtrack. It's not, it feels like Pussycat Dolls, but it's not. Is it by Exquisite? X-hyphen Squisite?
I think I'm thinking of a different song than you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, I'm thinking of...
So scandalous.
Miss Teak.
Mystique! The other funny spelling thing. What did
M-I-S...
I'll fucking tell you right now. You don't have to tell me, pal. It's MIS-TEEQ.
Yep.
You do not need to tell me twice. I am very familiar with Miss Teak. So what did... Now I need to find out what Exquisite did. Because they did some other thing like that. I think was this Scandalous was on the Catwoman soundtrack, maybe?
I couldn't tell you, man.
I feel like
There's a Prince song on the Batman soundtrack called Scandalous.
Interesting.
The original Batman. No, I'm definitely thinking of... I don't even know who sings it. A woman. Name a woman, Scott. Name any woman.
A woman?
Just name me a woman. Tell me a woman. Can be any woman.
Well,
just name one woman.
I can't. Exquisite was an R&B Canadian girl group.
Oh,
who had one album in 2003.
Right around the time this movie was set.
Right around the time this movie was set, which I assume I heard through CanCon. And looking at the track listing of their one album,
nothing pops out at you.
Don't actually recognize the one song I know. The single appears to be No Regrets. Their singles were Bad Girl, No Regrets, and Sassy Thing, none of which ring any bell to me. So maybe I don't know shit about Exquisite, and I was just thinking of Mystique the whole time.
Well, I can tell you... Nope, come on. How the fuck do you spell it? X hyphen
Quisite.
Well, they're
spelled just like it sounds.
Their most listened to song on Spotify is No Regrets at 32,000 listens.
That's not that many.
Everything else is well below 10,000 listens. So it's got to be No Regrets.
Actually, there's a very easy way to find this because I, in theory, have all my music on my phone. Oh. Let's see. Let's go to artists.
Should we just play it on the podcast and see if we get in trouble?
Yes.
Who's going to know? It's not like they're popular.
No. I don't have it. So I guess they're just a thing I heard of one day. Oh. I do know this song. What is? Oh, this is No Regrets. I know No Regrets.
Okay.
But I don't have it on my phone.
Good thing is I don't think that the microphones are picking this up.
Especially if we're talking over it.
I kind of recognize it too.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do have it.
But you spelt it wrong. You spelt out the full word properly the way it's supposed to be spelled.
It's oddly... No, it shows up correctly for the song, but in the list of artists doesn't have the hyphen. So, I don't know.
All right.
But I do, in fact, have No Regrets by Exquisite.
Cool.
On my telephone. Imagine if you told that to someone fucking 25 years ago. I've got No Regrets by Exquisite on my phone that I can listen to any fucking time I want. What a goddamn age we live in. We don't appreciate shit.
We don't. We take it all for granted.
This is fucking magic. This is amazing.
Your fucking phone's slow. You give it a second? It's going to space. Would you give it a second?
God. The worst generation.
It is.
Us. And then worse ones below us. We stopped being the worst.
This planet's doomed.
Yeah.
Are you done with Madam Web? Should we talk about, I don't know, all of the 50 things we need to talk about? Why do we keep doing this?
We're going to do a bad episode.
Why do we keep doing this to ourselves?
Because we're silly geese. Were there any other Madam Web questions?
I don't know. Maybe, but let's skip them. Who cares?
No, it's important. This is the Madam Web episode.
No, that's fine.
Let's get him out.
Doc Ock in it?
Nope. But one of...
The Rhino?
The Rhino is not in it, but Black...
Ass.
Future Black Ass Spider-Girl has extra...
Oh, okay.
They look Doc Ocky, but could also be organic, question mark. So, I don't know. Well, we'll never see it, so feel free to speculate. It doesn't matter.
I'm going to speculate.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't know. Nothing Madam Web related, so we're good.
Do you have any general questions?
Who do you think you are? No. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie.
Gojira.
It looks like the biggest piece of shit
Really?
I've ever seen in my life.
And
I can't wait to see it in theaters.
You're going to see it twice in theaters.
Like, I've seen...
You're so stupid.
I've seen all of the new Godzillas and Kong Skull Island in theaters.
Yeah, you have.
They are all horrible movies.
They're all bad, right?
I can't wait to see more.
What's your deal?
I don't know, but sometimes it's nice to just watch a dumb movie
with monsters
and not think about it. And you're just like, I like Godzilla. I like big old monkeys. Let's just let them do their shit. This one's got like 70 big monkeys that all live in the middle of the planet.
Oh shit! Are they as big as Kong?
A couple.
Okay.
They're
big.
They give Kong.
Kong's still the biggest?
He's the biggest.
Okay.
They give Kong a big old metal punching glove to wear.
That's cool.
So he can punch shit.
Yeah.
Godzilla's pink now.
Oh.
Well, Godzilla's a girl. And girls like pink.
They did a gender reveal party?
Yeah.
And Godzilla got covered in pink glitter?
And I think there's maybe Mecha Godzilla. I don't know.
Is there Mecha Streisand?
Yes.
Nice.
There's lots of shit going on.
Huh.
And Robert Smith from The Cure turns into a butterfly.
That's me.
Yeah. But
first season South Park.
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah. They do Mecha Streisand later again, though, don't they?
I think it comes back, yeah.
Yeah, like way later. Like season
yeah.
I don't even know. 16
like
or 17.
Yeah.
Anyways.
They, have I seen any of those? I saw... How many
are there?
How many newish Godzillas are there? What's the one where they kill Bryan Cranston at the beginning?
One.
I saw that.
Okay.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Was there a second Godzilla?
There's Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Right.
Then there's
Kong Skull Island. Godzilla Kong, and now Godzilla Kong 2.
Yeah.
I have just seen the first. Was it just called the first one just called Godzilla?
Gojira.
2017?
16?
Yeah. I seen that. I ain't seen shit else.
Okay. And that one's
probably gonna keep it that way.
That one's very like a very traditional Godzilla movie, but made by incompetent American filmmakers. Yeah. However, Ken Watanabe's in it, so I can't really be mad.
Can't be mad at Ken.
No.
That had like a bunch of monsters in it. Oh, but
no, it just had the two things he fights, which are like a mother and babe. No, a mating pair of the female is huge and the male is normal size.
Okay.
And then the second one has like every monster. Oh, every monster that lives on the planet is in the second one.
Maybe I've seen the second one.
And they speculate of Kong, but they don't show Kong.
Okay, because there's
Mothra, there's Rodan, there's the three-headed one.
And then there's like the big bad wasn't the same as the rest of the monsters. It was like an alien.
It's an alien, yeah.
Is that King of Monsters?
That's the King of the Monsters.
Okay, I have seen that then.
Oh, there you go. Seen one and two. Big and then you haven't seen Kong Skull Island.
I've seen no Kongs.
Kong Skull Island is kind of fun. I will tell you that the best part of the movie has nothing to do with Kong and has everything to do with John C. Reilly.
Okay.
He is a World War II pilot who crashed on the planet, on the island. And
I'd say everyone crashes on the planet if they're going to crash somewhere.
That's true. No, sometimes you crash in space. Just ask George Clooney in Gravity where he couldn't get pulled in.
True.
Him and a Japanese fighter pilot both crash on the island during World War II.
They fall in love?
And that's when they discover that Kong's a thing. And then they live on the island until he gets discovered. Because the movie's set in the 70s.
Okay.
And so they discover him and he's completely insane. Nice. He's got a stupid beard. He let his hair grow out. And he is so delightful. All of his lines are like hilarious. Like nice. He's prime John C. Reilly.
Love it.
And he's the best part of me. And also
Mariska Hargitay.
Nope. Loki.
Tom
Hiddleston is like super hunky in the movie. Short hair. He's real ripped.
He's an interesting looker.
He's a real hunk in that movie.
Because he can also be not a hunk.
Yeah. He's British. All British men are ugly.
Yeah. I think that's the issue.
Except for Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
He might be the hunkiest British man alive. And
Tom Hardy looks more Russian to me.
And the female lead is a very...
Laverne Cox.
I said female, Scott.
Andrew!
I'm sorry, assigned female at birth.
AFAB.
AFAB is no...
Andrew.
What?
I don't know.
I'm taking the Scott position on this podcast. I'm saying the things that shouldn't be said.
I'm so proud of you.
The female lead is noted cool person Brie Larson.
Nice. I was hoping for Gina Carano.
Ooh, I do like Gina Carano.
Also cool.
She's got cool politics.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue on your whatever we're doing here. I don't know.
I don't know.
You have the news. We have a thing we watched.
We have two things we watched.
We got a lot of things to talk about.
And we did
how long you want to go.
Not that long.
We also didn't even really do like proper introductions or we just started.
We said our names.
We just went to town.
We definitely haven't said the name of the podcast.
We said our PayPals.
We said our PayPals, which if we're going to say one thing, I'm glad it's that.
Yes. PayPal.me/SarianSoftPause.
And same thing, not Scott Henson. And if you want to give to both, you don't have to send 2 times. Just send to one and say it's for both. We can handle the logistics.
Can we?
We're professional adult men, which sounds weird to say because I don't believe it. It sounds wrong, right?
Yeah. Shout out to...
I don't think I see myself as any of those 3 things, even individually.
No.
I'm an unprofessional baby girl. No.
An hour in's always a great time to thank people, but thank you
Absolutely.
to... Oh, man, we got a lot. We got...
Oh, shit, we have a new member, too.
Oh. Well, we got...
34, new record.
It's the newest record since last newest record.
Yeah.
The oldest candidates running for presidency
since 2020.
Since the last time these two men ran for presidency.
Yeah.
No, shout out to Caffey for giving us a awesome Valentine's art.
Thank you to Dry Juice for giving me Valentine's art.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
Yes.
It's me with a bunch of kisses on me.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it gross?
No, it's shockingly G-rated.
Also, shout out to Dry Juice for giving us Telegram stickers.
Yes,
kitty hands. That was pretty awesome.
Yep.
Thank you to Tommy for shockingly sending us flowers all the way from Australia. Not from Australia, but to us via Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Is that everyone? Is that everyone we need to thank except for the newest member? Is it a Brian?
I can't prove it's not a
I'm
Brian.
going to say it's a Brian. Only Brians are allowed to. No, that's not true. It's
pretty
crazy
limiting,
that 34 people subscribe and like 1,200 people listen to this podcast a week, and only 34 of them are subscribed. The rest of you
kind of hurts my feelings.
The rest of you suck.
Does it hurt your feelings?
It's hurting my feelings big
Yeah.
time. No, you can make up for that? Give us money.
Yeah, fucking go to youtube.com.
Pay for my secrets.
First of all, pay for Drew's secrets. They're very interesting secrets. I'll be the first to tell you. And then when you're done that, go to youtube.com/@NotScottHenson. And click the join button, just like
New follower.
Wait for it.
Kevin Bacon.
Manga Waffle.
All right. I'm listening.
Who I'm going to assume is a Brian, who has gone the route of Carl H. days before him in becoming a member. So that's pretty great, all of you. We're well on the way to 40 when I think that, I'm almost positive that gets us another new emote from Caraxa, who it never hurts to also thank, because she's great too.
We should thank her a lot. Thanks, Caraxa.
Yeah.
You rock.
So, goddamn, we have some 14-monthers.
Not bad.
That's pretty good. Like, people who have, like, subscribed to the YouTube and, like, presumably listened to the bullshit we say and continued to subscribe. You have to re-up every month.
It almost makes doing this podcast worth it.
Almost. Almost.
To know that people have been listening straight, paying and listening for 14 months.
Yeah. And all of the big boy donors, the top hog and top dog donors, all of them are 14 months. They're all OG subscribers.
Nice.
Which is awesome.
Those are some fat ass hogs.
Tommy, Brandon, Eve, Maddie.
No, non-Greek Brandon.
Non-Greek Brandon.
For now.
Yeah. Those are, so if you want to get mentioned like those people more often, when you click the join button on the YouTube, youtube.com/@NotScottHenson, if you do the big one, we'll talk about you more. So that seems like a pretty, and we'll answer your direct messages, which is both a blessing and a curse, because we have to do a security test, and that we have to send you child pornography, and then depending on how you react, then the conversation will go from there.
Would you like some sort of breaking news that I guess goes along with the things we've talked about for the last several weeks on this podcast?
Absolutely. Today's show we did with Tim Marchman of Vice is... this is from wrestling journalist David Q. Meltzer. Today's show we did with Tim Marchman of Vice is one that everyone would want to listen to. We were mostly talking about the Ashley Massaro story, but went into a number of related and semi-related tangents. Ooh, boy.
That's going to be interesting.
That is going to be something. Listen to us last week? Yeah.
Last week, and I think we also vaguely talked about it the week before.
Yeah.
Because we did 3 straight weeks of Vince McMahon? 2 straight weeks of Vince McMahon.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Because I think it was just happening the first day.
Yes.
Then we did more the next day.
As we were on the pod the first time.
Yeah. Then we did more the next day. And then John Laurinaitis going scorched earth the third time. Which you got to respect. Like, he has clearly made a deal. And is just...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of tea being spilled.
Man, but what I like about it now, I mean, I'm sure that this is a lot of carny shit because everybody's a fucking carny.
Sure.
I like Earl Hebner, Rene Dupree, somebody else have all like since come out and are like throwing all this other Vince McMahon shit out there to just, I guess maybe it's probably true. It's also just to get yourself.
Sure.
But like,
I knew he was bad.
Yeah.
I worked there for 50 years, but I knew he was bad.
I saw a thing here that Rene Dupree says that Jackie Gata, Miss Jackie, also had some stuff.
Tough Enough winner?
Yeah. And wife of Charlie Haas.
Mentally healthy Charlie
Haas. That she also dealt with some Vince shit.
And could not be less surprised.
And he wishes that she would come out and talk about it, although you can't really say that about...
Yeah.
And then I guess Earl Hebner has also come out and said that like he definitely knew about a bunch of shit back in like the late 80s, early 90s,
Sure.
but feared for his job and couldn't say anything, which
Yep.
is 100% true.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
And then, and then now there's all these things, just videos.
Oh dear.
Actually, it's healed up very nicely.
It's
Magnificent healing powers, don't I?
it's Vince just feeling up. Is that Christy Hemming? Or some other
Candace Michelle.
They're all the same.
Just grabbing Candace Michelle's boobs.
Yeah, just on scripted on television. But guess who scripted it?
Yeah. I remember it was awkward to do. I think there was like 2, maybe 3. I don't quite remember, to be honest, but also it was how it was back then. I remember I just kind of trickled down from girl to girl. Everybody kind of went through that, even though it's awkward
Well, Vince
to do.
is a Reagan guy. It's trickle down economics.
Trickle down raping.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of went through
If you
that.
let the guys at the top rape,
everybody gets their
on
fair
the way
share of
down
raping.
will also get to rape.
Even though it's kind of awkward, it was just part of my job. There was no intimacy. He didn't think of it like we're actresses and we're going to win an Emmy nomination or something. We're young and we're dumb and we're innocent and we're happy to be working. That's just a part of it. That's how Vince thought that the girls
Yeah.
I
I also love that they often, like, pretty much every year, they did submit for an Emmy, despite having the worst camera work on television.
100%.
Very funny. The best one was just like a super quick Matt Riddle interview. They're like, what do you think? Did you know? I'm like, and he was like, yeah, I'm sure he did all of it. He's a fucking maniac. You kidding me?
Yeah.
The best.
But now it's so funny.
Future New Japan television champion Matt Riddle.
Yep. It's just like all these out of context video clips that everybody's just been posting.
Yeah.
Like,
turns out he gave you all the clues, Mr. Police.
yeah, like here's one. I don't know what the context is. Vince,
Here's the thing. I don't like the gave you all the clues thing. I like saying it. It's hilarious.
Sure,
it's a very funny line. But I don't like using that like, oh, he did all this stuff on TV. How did we not see the clues? I don't like that because I say I'm a pedophile a lot on this and on stream.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly not. So I don't think that would be fair to like indict me on.
to go back and look and then when they find all the kitty porn on your computer,
They're never going to find
I
it.
mean, that's true.
It's so
deeply encrypted. Yeah. You know how they catch you?
128-bit.
They don't catch you from looking at it. They catch you from distributing it. So as long as you're not
I
sharing
thought you were
it,
going to say they catch you on tax evasion, like Al Capone.
Scott's the Al Capone of child pornography. Put that in the description.
But I want to.
Write it down.
So fun. No.
Write it down.
I'll write it down, but I can't use it. God damn it.
But like, so out of context, it's just Vince sitting down on his couch and just zipping his fly up, like implying that like
He just fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, it's so funny to look back at it. Apparently, also like Teddy Long also says he knows a bunch of stuff that he hopes comes out. I'm sure
Teddy
a lot
Long
of
knows that bitches love tag team matches.
He does know that. I get it. That like a lot of it is people like trying to come out and like get their name out there while this is happening.
Yeah.
So they can get like interviewed on podcasts or be on news or something.
Like when Mark Marrow got to be on CNN a bunch when Benoit killed everybody.
Yep. But that's the thing is you just take
Chris Benoit's best friend, Mark Marrow.
You take the opposite stance of everybody else they're talking to, and you get to be the guy on every show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Should we be the actually Vince was cool guys and go on CNN?
Sure. During my time with WWE, I had observed Vince McMahon making out with other divas in the locker room, but never paid attention to me, and I assumed I was not his type. This changed after my Playboy cover was released. I was fortunate enough to be allowed to fly in the company jet and stay at the same hotels as the executives for a period of time so that I could get home faster to spend more time with my daughter. On one of those occasions, Vince was attempting to get me alone with him in his hotel room late at night, and I felt extraordinarily uncomfortable. He began calling the hotel room phone and my cell phone nonstop. I called Kevin Dunn to explain the situation, and he said I should tell Vince I was not feeling well and would see him at TV the next day. So I did. Immediately after that night, Vince started writing my promos for me. Vince does not write promos for female wrestlers. That is the job of the creative department, and he certainly wouldn't have, under any normal circumstances, written a promo for me. But he did, and the promos were written with the clear intention of ruining my career. I brought the first script Vince wrote for me to the WWE employee in charge of creative at the time,
this shit out.
Michael Hayes, and he
Cool guy.
said, "You're not saying this. Who the fuck wrote this?" And I told him Vince did, and he said, "Well, kid, these are the breaks."
I guess you are reading it.
Meaning that Vince wanted to end my career and destroy my reputation on the way out. He is known for this type of behavior and also did this to Redacted upon her departure from WWE. In addition, after that night, each time I walked by him, he would make vulgar sexual comments that were clearly designed to make me uncomfortable. That is a statement directly made by Ashley Mazzaro.
Wow. What a monster.
Yeah. Goddamn, pal. You're not gonna slide on this knob. Well, I'm gonna ruin your goddamn career, pal.
I am going to get you so raped by the U.S. military. You won't even believe it. I think I do feel like it might be that R word and not the other R word that sometimes
retardation
gets us.
Yes, probably.
That sometimes gets us into monetary trouble.
Yeah, but we're talking about a person who did it.
I know.
And it's known fact.
We're not saying it's cool. We're not saying, hey, kids.
According to many sources, WWE is working to erase all of Brock Lesnar's records. From today, Brock will have no relationship with the Federation and will never return to wrestling, according to the news that was announced internally.
I could see that.
Yep.
It sounded not great for him. So
yeah, you don't say.
So yeah, and I was thinking today, I'm like, oh, so what was Brock's unintentional retirement match? Turns out it was putting over future world title challenger Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam 2023.
Apparently on last night's WrestleMania, the kickoff thing, whatever, Michael Cole said that Pat McAfee was undefeated at WrestleMania. So they're not even going to acknowledge him losing to Vince McMahon.
Oh, so he was saying that to be cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, pretty funny. I like it.
Pretty funny.
God, like,
yeah,
how great it must be to be Michael Cole.
Yeah.
Because you spent all that time talking about getting yelled at in your ear,
like 24
constantly belittled
years.
and just like treated like dog shit.
Yeah.
And now your abuser's gone.
Yeah.
Like Michael Cole is equally as abused as Janelle, whatever the fuck her name is.
Grant.
Janelle Grant.
Yeah.
Michael Cole, Janelle Grant, same thing. Level playing field.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit on the head, told to shut the fuck up and say the same thing 40 times during a match.
You haven't called Kane the devil's favorite demon enough times.
Vince, I've been saying it all night. I've said it 30 times. Say it goddamn 10 more times. Oh, Vince.
It's branding, pal.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
If you can.
Never going to prison.
Never going to
We'll
prison.
be on Trump's cabinet of something.
We'll die before he goes to prison.
Yeah.
Snuka style.
Oh, I'm too mentally incapable of standing trial. Here's my walker.
My dick don't work.
All right, moving on. That's our Vince McMahon talk for the day. We got to get it on every episode until he goes to jail or is dead.
Probably. I'm going to skip both news items because time is money. I will read. Okay, so y'all remember.
I mean, in theory, we could just do 2 today and not 1 next week because we're wrestling Friday and you're wrestling Saturday.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
So let's just do one of the 2 things we have to do and then do the news and read more Vince McMahon stuff. And then that's the second episode.
Oh, so now it's leisurely. Now we can now it's all loosey-goosey. I can do whatever I want. I feel I'm the president.
Grab by the pussy.
Oh, okay. Now this is a load off. Okay. So how do we want to handle it? On-air planning.
Everybody loves it.
It's becoming the most popular segment of the show.
Well,
we plan show-related things on the show.
Let's do one of the news.
Yep.
Let's do the non-Made in Abyss, because Made in Abyss will take longer.
Yeah.
Then we'll take a break, take a little nappy nap, and maybe do some hugging and some kissing.
Okay.
And finish that episode of Lucha Underground. And then record a second one that is the other news piece. We'll find some more stuff on Vince McMahon, and then we'll do Made in Abyss. Done.
pretty good. All right. Well, this is
I'm the producer now.
this is just nice now.
It's nice to be promoted from stat boy to producer.
But you still have to do the stats.
I still have to do stats, and it's the same pay.
Correct. It is in title only.
It is in title only.
All right, then we'll do some news. Here's the dry juice picture. It's really cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. I guess it's cute.
So what news?
Well, there was one that was brought to our attention after a statement we made last episode.
What, Mia Hamm?
Yes, that I falsely said Mia Hamm instead of Brandy Chastain. My fucking bad, pay pig, Eric.
Jessica Chastain.
No, that's a different Chastain. That's a very unattractive Chastain.
Brandy.
I mean, they're both unattractive, so.
Brandy Chastity Cage.
No, I don't like chastity cages. They're gross.
I don't either.
I do not care for them.
Not a fan.
I understand the purpose behind them, but I don't care for them.
No.
They are disgusting.
Yeah. Pass. But I am going to write down Brandy Chastity Cage. Because that's fun. Done. Along with the Al Capone of child pornography, which I wish I could use. So what was the one that was brought to our attention?
The Penn State guy.
Yeah.
Who we had briefly mentioned, because we were like, oh, what university was he? Was he like Cal? We're like no, Penn State, I think.
Yeah,
because Penn State's always the cool stuff.
No way. Penn State had
the goat of pedophilia.
Yeah,
the
real Al Capone.
The goat of covering up for pedophilia.
Yeah.
And
then also unrelated, this guy,
a bestiality fiend.
Themis Matsoukas.
I forgot his name.
A good Greek.
Yeah, I forgot his Greek name.
A good Greek.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
One of the best. And like really, it's okay to be racist to Greek people, right?
Oh yeah. They're practically worthless.
They're just slightly more Arabic Italians.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Italians are...
And they think they're white, but they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
really living up to the nationality with what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
From the fine people at patch.com.
Patchadams.com?
I think so. You read this to get a good laugh when you're a terminally ill child.
Is it good laugh? I don't
know.
I don't know.
But our old friend Themis, Penn State professor accused of sex with dog. That seems like it should be it.
You think that's all the story?
Facing 16 more charges. Because the dog wasn't enough. Authorities said Themis Matsoukas recorded himself masturbating throughout the park, including on picnic tables and DCNR vehicles. I assume some sort of city vehicle.
Yeah.
Themis, 64, a professor at Penn State University, is facing more charges after he was accused of having sex with his dog last year.
Wasn't there? Didn't the article also say that there was a video of him sticking branches up his ass?
I believe that will be in the body of the article. Penn State professor, who authorities said had sexual intercourse with his dog last year, is facing 16 additional charges accusing him of lewd acts and disorderly conduct at a Pennsylvania state park. Everything happened at this park.
Yeah. Okay, I know.
How cool is this park?
I mean, apparently it's the coolest park in the world.
That it makes you want to fuck your dog.
and just stick nature up your butt.
And beat off on a picnic table.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you...
Oh, well, I was gonna say, okay, I get it that there's more stuff that he did. But do you really need to bring the more charges? He already got caught fucking his dog in the park. And you're but you know what else he did on top of the fucking his dog in the park? He also jerked off everywhere. Yeah. On top of the already awful thing he did a slightly less awful thing.
Yeah, he's an infamous child pornographer, and he cheated on his taxes. We got you,
I
Al.
thought you were going to say, and he cheated on his daughter.
He might have cheated on his daughter.
Yep.
Themis is a professor of chemical engineering at Penn State. An educated man, a man of letters.
That is...
Was charged at... P.S. I only respect science degrees.
Okay.
Anyone can get an arts degree.
I got one. Well, not a degree, but a diploma.
A piece of paper.
Piece of paper that I don't even know what it is, and it's
That
worthless.
says good job.
It says you tried.
Anyone can get an arts degree. I don't think you can get a science degree without being smart.
Well, then you'd like my friend Dr. Daniel Peach.
DP?
DP? DP? DR? PhD?
PhD, not MD?
No, he's PhD.
Well, then it could be some... Is it science?
In science?
Oh, then sure.
Yeah.
But you can also have a PhD in English, like fucking
no.
Jill Biden.
Yeah. No, he's a biological engineer.
All right, that's legit.
I think, or something
Then
like
he's smart.
something like that. Yeah, but he's also a doofy noofy, and he's probably, of all of my friends growing up, drank the most beer of anyone, and he's a doctor of science.
You can drink and be smart.
Yeah, he's very, very smart, and also a doofy noofy.
I hate to be so reductive as to say only smart people can get science degrees and you don't have to be smart at all to get an arts degree, but also it's accurate, so I'm going to continue saying it. Themis Matsoukas. Was charged in June with numerous crimes, including sexual intercourse with an animal, open lewdness, indecent exposure, cruelty to animals, and disorderly conduct. Dog didn't even like it. The original charges were filed after state authorities obtained a video from a camera located outside a public restroom at Rothrock State Forest. The video captured Matsoukas involved in lewd acts with his dog on April 13th, according to court records. Camera also depicted Matsoukas masturbating and allegedly attempting to record himself performing the acts on an electronic tablet. Reports say.
I think we knew that.
On his iPad. Matsoukas now faces additional charges of open lewdness, indecent exposure, criminal trespassing, burglary, and disorderly conduct for incidents that occurred on May 16th and May 31st. One a scant month later after the dog incident. Do we have specifics?
I don't know if they've ever said specifics, have they?
There's putting stuff in his butt, wasn't there?
There was, I think we saw something.
Yeah.
Who sent it to us?
I can't remember.
Was it? No, not the original. Who sent us the updated thing?
I can't remember that.
Didn't you just send it to me like?
I mean, probably
last week.
Then
And it wasn't it like
look it up.
James Starbucks, perhaps?
Maybe,
No?
but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. Check it out. I'll continue looking for specifics on what he did. According to the affidavit, videos show Matsoukas nude or naked from the waist down, naked, while wearing a ski mask. He is also seen masturbating on a picnic table, porches at camp buildings, on DCNR vehicles, and in a lake.
In a lake.
That's a victimless crime.
But like, why in the water? It's counterproductive.
It is counterproductive. They claim, there we go.
Yes.
Court documents also claim Matsoukas recorded himself inserting a tree branch, a lollipop, and the control handle of a DCNR John Deere crawler into his anus during several videos, the report said. Matsoukas is also accused of defecating on a lease camp property. Onward State reported, citing court documents. Last year, Rangers obtained a warrant to search his home. During the search, Matsoukas was visibly nervous and told the Rangers, "I'm done. I'm dead. You don't understand. I do it to blow off steam." I believe "I do it to blow off steam" was the description of one of our episodes.
Yes, it was.
He's been... Hey,
I do lewd, homosexually stimulating, and bestiality
that I record on my iPad for
in
later.
a public park.
Yep.
Just to blow off steam.
At night. I'm not a fucking monster.
Yeah, that's true.
No one's around.
Noted my gay best friend, not my gay best friend Adam, not your gay best friend Adam.
Correct.
Told me his boyfriend works at UBC in one of the science-y stuff. And
Does he have a science degree?
He might.
Okay, you know what? Then he's
He's
smart.
well, not very smart, because he told me he went to visit him.
Yeah.
At at campus because he lives at campus, and they like went for a nice walk, and then they snuck into like a forested area and had anal intercourse.
They love doing that.
Not realizing that that specific area was something that one of the like science and the nature people like monitor for wildlife. So there are cameras everywhere, and very concerned that he would lose his job over it, but didn't.
So far, so good.
But he was like, I'm like, why do you need to sneak into places? Just, you have a house.
Yeah.
Just go home.
They like to do it outside.
Yeah. It'd be really funny if he wasn't even gay.
I bet he's not. I'm sure we looked it up, but I don't remember the gender of the dog.
We did. I don't remember.
It's blah, blah, blah. Arraigned this week. Defense lawyer wrote in a text message to the Center Daily Times that it would be inappropriate for me to comment at this time outside of court. Probably. He has been relieved of his responsibilities with Penn State.
What?
And is on leave. He's not technically fired.
You know what? I like that it's not enough to get fired.
Yeah.
Like right away.
It wasn't on Penn State property.
That's true.
You can't fire your professor of chemical engineering for going to a non-university state park.
That's true.
And blowing off some steam.
Just blown off steam nonstop for 10 years with your dog. I hope that the intention wasn't even the dog stuff, that just one day the rest of it wasn't doing it for him.
He's like,
and he was like, I'll try anything once.
I gotta mix it up.
And then 40 or 50 more times. You gotta be pretty mentally ill to just decide for your dog.
That first today's the day.
Yep.
Is an interesting one.
It's a bold day. I mean, I guess in theory, sex with your dog could just be any kind of sex act. So, like, the dog could just be giving him an RJ or a ZJ.
What's a ZJ?
Well, if you don't know, you can't afford it.
I think we looked it up, and he wasn't like
pounding the dog.
Yeah, I think the dog was blowing him.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
which is to me as a non-zoophile, as a man who does not engage in the sexual activity of putting my genitals near an animal.
Yeah,
that's Unless the scariest thing to do.
A person dressed like an animal.
Well, that's different. SPH.
Yeah,
but like that's the scariest thing to do.
Dogs have teeth.
They got teeth, and it's not like you can communicate to them like don't bite.
This isn't a sausage.
Well, looks like a sausage.
I know.
Tastes like a sausage. I'm gonna chomp.
There could be a chomping.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Again,
do it the other way. Because
Drew,
you're not gonna bite.
Drew, what have I said 1,000 times?
This is your mantra.
What have I said 1,000 times?
Your mantra.
Why have a dog lick peanut butter off your balls when you could lick peanut butter off a dog's balls?
You say it every day.
Every day.
I hear it every day.
I wake up. I do this every night with your son.
I hope that guy at the Gordon Ramsay restaurant, I hope he listens to this episode.
What up, Alex P?
What up, Alex P?
You're named after a young Republican.
Yep.
Also, we had Gordon Ramsay burger for lunch because we're fancy gentlemen, and now hours later, I don't know, I don't speak for you, but I'm still full.
I'm full. I took a big old poop, so I'm...
All of mine's still in me.
Am I pushing your tummy?
No.
I'm going to kick your tummy.
Don't kick my tummy.
Do you want me to give you a Jackie Lee style drop kick to the tummy?
That's not fair.
He's not going to hear it.
What if he's a new YouTube member, Manga Waffle? He looks like he reads manga.
Yeah, could be.
Right?
Could be.
Maybe watch what you fucking say.
Couldn't believe he's a straight and not a queer.
He
gives off big gay vibes.
I actually didn't really get gay vibes from you. You got him more than me.
Yeah. It's probably because we fucked. That's how I knew.
I got real gay vibes off this guy I fucked. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing something that's not there.
Listen, I have relationships with women. It's sex with men.
That means you're gay.
That means you're gay. It's so wild to let Ice-T do that. Of all the cast members, Ice-T
Give this one to T.
Give this one to T. I think he'll really appreciate.
No Belzer, no Hargitay, no Maloney.
It's T.
Now,
T gets to talk to another black man about what gay sex is. That show is so wild.
And speaking of which, shout out to
Christopher Maloney, main star of Beef.
Always shout out to Christopher Maloney, but also shout out to Jimbo, who has been periodically been letting me know wild episodes of SVU.
Oh, nice!
In case we ever get to any of that in the pod,
Nice.
which would be fun to do.
We will.
Apparently, season 12, crushing it.
Nice,
crushing it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
Top comment on the Fox News article on Themis Matsoukas, which
He was my professor. I fucked him.
there is just so much like tragic subtext to this comment.
Yeah.
So many state universities have merely become indoctrination centers for liberal values. I know. Our youngest attended one, got a music degree. They made him a liberal. I'm limited now in what I can discuss with him. Very limited, but thankful for the fact that we can still discuss music. That's one of the saddest things I've ever read.
That is really sad. That is very sad. America.
Not just state universities, says the response. My stepdaughter got a master's from Columbia last year.
Oh.
All the speeches during graduation about social justice were disgusting. These
I like that guy.
these
You know what? That guy, let's have him on the podcast. I like that guy.
all these people vote.
They do.
They all vote.
And they vote for the right guy.
It's things like this, and obviously it's just one side, but make me think there is hope for Trump 47.
47 forever.
And forever. Well, I mean, if it's 47, it's forever.
They need to get shirts made that say 4-ever. Like 47, like forever.
Yeah, 4, 5, 4, 7, 4 dash ever.
Yeah. Needs to happen.
Why aren't we doing it?
We could.
We're doing
Remember when
so
I
much
wore
more.
that Trump shirt, that one show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made some new friends.
Yeah, definitely didn't make everybody hate me.
Yep.
That would have been in 2015, I guess.
Something like that.
It was like when I turned heel.
Yeah. You turned, later in 2015.
Later in 2015.
Yeah.
Without telling Dan. That was so funny.
I know we're tag team champions.
No. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but of our Fed.
Of our Fed.
But like, I like that it was just like, we got to the venue and it was just like, oh, I'm turning heel today. And Dan was like, what? Well, like, we weren't involved with each other. I was just like, I'm cutting a promo and I'm going to turn heel. And he was like, oh, okay. I guess we're not a team anymore. I was coming back from my back injury.
Yeah.
I blamed the fans for not showing enough love and support to me.
Really?
While I was recovering from my back
A
injury.
heel turn where you blame the fans. Is that the first time that's ever happened?
Ever. I invented it. I invented that in a three-handled credenza.
Ooh.
I'm a Perry Saturn type.
I'm a Dr. Seuss
Although,
type.
what was his name for it? What did he call? Did he just call it a T-bone suplex? Didn't he have a name for it?
Oh, like his exploder?
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a name for that.
Oh.
He did them.
Saturnplex.
This is probably
Nailed it.
Saturnplex.
Nailed it.
Yeah, first try.
First try, best try. Anyways.
So that was some news.
That was dog fucking.
And now we can probably talk about request over 90 minutes in.
Other people who are mentally ill. We'll talk about them.
Terry A. Davis.
Terry.
Are you
You went
referring
out
to?
the way you came in.
Crazy.
Crazy.
So shouts out to Olivia for requesting this from internet historian / Frederick Knutson or Knutson.
Nietzsche.
Sometimes you, or Nietzsche. Sometimes you pronounce the K, sometimes you don't. And on his video from 2018 on TempleOS and Terry A. Davis. Now internet historian, did you do the one on the thing? I'm I'm dissociating right now.
Uh-huh.
So you need to step in.
I've never heard this guy's name before this thing, I don't think. Or maybe we vaguely mentioned it when we did Roblox.
Roblox was down the... No, that was H-Bomber guy.
That's H-Bomber guy.
Who's down the rabbit hole? Is that just another thing?
There's just another guy.
We haven't done it.
I think we maybe did one. Let's see if my YouTube search history...
Because there's Internet Historian and Down the Rabbit Hole. One did one... Okay, Internet Historian did Rainforest 2015. Down the Rabbit Hole did a more general one on furries. Both of which I meant to watch and maybe started, but I can't fucking watch YouTube videos unless I'm being paid.
Fair. I have not...
Even if they're good and even if I want to watch them.
I have not watched another Down the Rabbit Hole video on my YouTube.
But there, can you see if there is a Down the Rabbit Hole furries?
There's a Neopets one.
Cool.
There's furries.
Okay.
From 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then there's
Internet
Cat Fae one.
About
a cat fae, I don't know.
Okay, in general, not like the one where I got Sebastian from. That's literally called Cat Fae.
It's that one. It's
What?
about cat fae.
What? Is Seb in it?
They're talking about Seb.
What?
There's a Otaku, which is anime weebs.
Yeah.
Then there's Neopets one.
Yeah, so this fella, Internet Historian, who did this video, did one on the failure of Rainforest, which is only 7. You think I could watch a 7-minute video?
Nah.
But no.
Too much work.
Also, Olivia, you can give us a 7-minute... Olivia, give us this one. Give us the 7-minute and 15-second video on the failure of Rainforest. It has 19 million views. I was there. I still have my lanyard.
You still have PTSD from it.
I still have PTSD for it. Actually, it's like anyone, myself and anyone who went, just like, it was just like a fun con. It was just like regular. Like, we didn't see all the shit that got it canceled.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the shit was fake.
Yeah.
So.
And you were at a different con that got a bomb threat called in on it. So.
Yes, I was.
That one might have been a little bit more scary. At least for somebody who's trapped inside of a measuring suit upstairs.
That was.
Anyways, that's the story for. If we do that episode, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So Olivia, you
know what to do.
You have your mission.
You know what to do.
Well, hold on. How long is?
I think this is 44 minutes.
That's the
furry one. I think was 44 minutes.
Okay.
Long.
Well, we'll do both of those for the price of one.
Okay.
It's 51 minutes.
That's fine.
It's shorter than this one.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
So I don't know. I'm just making people's lives better right now.
You are.
Is all I'm doing. So yeah. So let's make that happen for soon. You have your marching orders. Yeah. So this one is on TempleOS, a computer operating system, and its sole designer Terry A. Davis, who in the first shot I'm like, he looks just like Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Like really, yeah. It's crazy.
And by the end, he really looks like Lloyd Kaufman.
He looks like current
Lloyd
very
Kaufman.
old Lloyd Kaufman. Yeah. Even though Terry wasn't that old.
No.
But
spoiler alert.
Yeah, so tell me about this fella.
Yeah, so like, oh my god. I guess they don't talk about his backstory, right? Like
Not really.
He didn't really like. They didn't say he was went to school for this and then he worked here. Like
there was some job history. He had some sort of tech job in like the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had decided that he wanted to create his own OS system that was very rudimentary.
Yeah, it's so
because it was like this is already in the 2000s.
Yeah, like it came out in 2013.
Yeah, like
and this is
like it was made in the 80s.
Yeah, like it has no internet capability.
No internet capabilities.
It's in 640 by 480 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
16 colors.
16 colors.
Which he insists is better then more colors.
Well, yeah, of course.
But yeah,
because you can really hone in on those 16. You can make them the best quality.
Yeah, it's 16, a really good 16.
Instead of spreading out your time on all the other ones.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, these are some features. I'm listening.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's just, like it looks like the first computer you ever saw.
There's many,
and that's if you're old. If you're young, it looks like something you've never seen.
There's several times that it is stated that it is like a very basic version of a Commodore 64.
Yeah,
they say that a couple times.
Yeah, that early mid 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got some like very, very simple operating systems. It's got some very simple like rudimentary games on it.
Yeah, and which is generous to call them.
Yeah, but like everything seems just sort of like, oh, this is just like a nerdy computer guy who wants to make his own. You know, like that's his hobby is to like
and like
spend time.
Good on you. I couldn't make an OS even if it looked like if it was from the 80s. But
yeah, I can barely get up and get dressed in the morning.
That's
so,
true. In the eyes of the law, you're disabled.
Pay for my secrets.
Pay for your secrets.
But yeah, good for him. That like he's. No, I did that last time and you got mad about it, so you can't do it this time.
But it's okay if I do it.
Okay, fine.
It's our word.
Just look up Cannibal Cupcake. No, yeah. So like, yeah, again, good for him that he's able to. Yeah. Design and make his own OS.
He is
like,
tech savvy.
There's not a lot that I could do involving that.
Yeah.
Now, it becomes very clear after the first little while, like because he's putting it out there on forums and Reddit
and stuff
to like get the attention of it to other people because he wants other people to use it. For what reason? I don't fucking know. But
yeah,
just to show that he could do it.
Pretty much because it's not like he's trying to sell it.
No,
it's the opposite.
He's
completely open source.
He just wants people to use it.
He's like, hey, here it is.
Yeah.
Go,
which in theory is a cool thing. That you're like, hey, I've spent my own personal time doing this, and I just want people to have the opportunity to use it. Yeah, that's really cool. Until the coolness stops. And the insanity begins.
Yeah, and like pretty early on, they show like bits and pieces of his like schizo posting.
Yes,
and
it's tame.
It's tame, but it is schizo posting.
For schizo posting, it's tame.
Yeah, but because it's so interesting because and like obviously they've shown pictures of him and it, like he has those crazy eyes. Yeah, and he's
staring through the camera.
Yeah, and like every guy who posts like that has those eyes.
Has exact eyes.
Every single one.
Same eyes.
Yeah.
So it
might be proof of God.
No, you already know there's proof of God.
Well, yeah, but this is along the same lines.
Yes. They make at some point there's reference to him living with his parents.
Yeah.
In his basement in California.
Yeah.
Where he like
was it California or Las Vegas?
Oh, sorry, Las Vegas. It was Las Vegas.
Yeah, because what did I say? A little later on, I'm like, I love including your home address in the OS.
Well, that way everybody knows how to send you thank you baskets for your work.
Also furthering my theory that anyone who lives in Las Vegas and doesn't just go there for a couple days a year is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like if you're
normal, well-adjusted people.
I'm sorry if you're listening to this and live in Las Vegas, but you know you're a psychopath, right? That's not a place for humans to live year round.
No.
That's something to dip your toe in. Yeah. And then get out after 3 nights.
When it's cold in your hometown, you go to Vegas for a bit.
Yeah.
And take your friend who ruins a trip. Yeah, so the schizo posting kind of it starts out just sort of like biblical. Like he gets very religious.
There's some God stuff.
There's some underlying God stuff.
Which is a very common thread in schizophrenia.
Yes.
A lot of talking to God, a lot of God talking to you.
Which is kind of wild because if you're not a religious man or person to start, but then you have schizophrenia because I don't think they didn't really like he wasn't a religious person.
I don't think so.
And then he just, all of a sudden, the schizophrenia was telling. But it's so wild that the disease tells your brain there's a God.
Oh, I guess when you literally start hearing a voice, like hearing, not just like not in your head, you hear it.
Yeah, it's talking
speaking
to you out loud.
You're like, oh, God exists.
Yeah, that's crazy though, isn't it? That's what the disease does.
Yeah,
because like
it's wild.
We're not religious people.
I'm a little bit.
Well, yeah, but for the right God.
I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual.
That's the end of this podcast.
Those people
and our friendship.
Fuck themselves.
Yeah. But like the crazy thing is that if one of us had actually, we'll actually go get diagnosed with schizophrenia, which we both obviously have.
Sure.
That we would immediately just believe in God.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, it really is. Goddamn, do I miss message boards? There's so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those weird things where we've gone like backwards in the technology because like Discord and Facebook groups and any like replacement for message boards are worse than message boards. Message boards are so much better organized.
Yeah, they really are.
Because like anything now, it's just like one stream of everyone posting. Yeah. Even if you organize into like, you know, Discord subfolders or whatever, and you have one Discord channel for each thing on one big Discord, like it's still message boards. Everything was organized into one topic.
I've never been on Discord once in my life, so everything you're saying is news to you.
It's the same as a Facebook group. We're just like it's just all one thing with posts, and like there's no. It's so hard to go back and find anything. Yeah, it's worse. Anyway,
but also too, like I feel like message boards then. Yes, there was trolling, but it was a lot more like a productive way to find information.
Sure.
Whereas now every single thing is just trolling or anger or like there's no actual helpful information on most things on any message board yet, right? Like, and any message board you go to for information, it'll be like, oh, this was posted in 2009.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, back before everybody was
last time anyone was helpful.
Yeah, it's crazy that's what it's become.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the stuff was like he would go on rambly tangents about the technology, about the system.
Yeah.
But then that would turn into him like quoting like the Bible and scripture and like bringing like, exact examples of things in the world that were wrong. So like, yes, that is schizophrenic, but it is for the most part harmless.
Yes.
And then we took things from a 2 to like a 14, where it just the amount of use of the N-word in reference to every single race.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a blank, an N-word.
Yeah.
It is an Asian N-word.
Yeah.
It is an Indian N-word.
And very often not even a race. A CIA
N-word is used quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you can very clearly tell the moment where it switches from being a regular kind of crazy guy to being a threat to national security.
Yes.
Because he changes so quick. And it's not like he wasn't necessarily being trolled by anyone.
No, it wasn't.
Nobody was like encouraging him or antagonizing him.
No, it wasn't a Chris Chan situation. No. Although Kiwi Farms, which has its roots in trolling Chris Chan, or at least documenting the trolling of Chris Chan, got a hold of what did I write? Hell yeah, Kiwi Farms. Did I write? Well, I think I meant to write a second half of the sentence, but here's what I wrote. Hell yeah, Kiwi Farms. They get a bad rap for doxing people and making them kill themselves. That's it.
Maybe that was the end of the statement. Maybe that's all you needed to say.
Yeah. I guess I just meant to write, but they're also kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about, but like, he just kind of has this break where like, I think
they said he went off his meds.
I don't even.
Was he
even later on meds to begin with? It doesn't seem like he was.
I think the meds were never doing great.
No.
But they were sort of keeping things evened out a bit.
At a level 2.
Yeah.
Instead of a level 14.
Yeah.
Where he's just
And then
batshit crazy.
I think at some point we got off the meds, and then we get a lot of that, like, not only schizo posting, because schizo posting is still in, like, written in English syntax.
Yeah.
Those just, like, uncanny random word posts. Was he doing them? He was making them with a random number generator, I think. Like, he wasn't even thinking of the words to type.
Yeah, I mean, there was a random number generator involved. I feel like, yeah. Gonna have to look it up.
Yeah. But what else do I have here? I need to get on disability so I can do bullshit like this all day. Seems fun.
Let's go get diagnosed. I'm sure we can figure it out pretty quickly.
I love the uncanny random word sentences. Introducing a racism element. I like it.
Yeah, he went really hard, but I think, like, some of that isn't, like, I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt on very many things.
Okay.
But I feel like a lot of the racism stuff isn't actually racism.
It's not.
It has nothing to do with...
No.
I look at it as almost as being sarcastic, but the sarcasm isn't about anything or directed at anything.
Yeah. I think he wants to call whoever he's mad at that moment a bad word.
Yes.
But it's not a hatred of black people thing at all, I don't think.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Or any ethnic race. Like,
no.
Like, to him, that's just swearing.
It's swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, and, like, the OS was originally called what? Luzthos? Luzthos. Yeah. So he posted that for a while, and then it eventually reached its final form of TempleOS, a much more, like, overtly religious thing. And at some point he said, like, this OS is the third temple prophesized in the Bible, Torah, whatever, both, that's gonna basically bring about the sort of the second coming. Like, my understanding with the third temple thing, because there was one in, like, I don't know, 500 BC and one in, like, 100 BC or something.
And then there was one on Little St. James.
That's the good one. That one. Maybe that's
the third
Why has no
temple.
one been talking about that? I think we already have the third.
Is that a conspiracy theory that we should start?
I love
the third temple of Christ was on Little St. James.
I like that a lot. So I think the deal, but I think it has to be built in Jerusalem or some bullshit. Well, although that doesn't make any sense for this. Oh, I guess you could have this OS in Jerusalem.
You'd have it in Jerusalem.
But yeah,
the random number generator was making visual art based on randomized word collections.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. So yeah, I think the deal with the third temple is they build a third temple. It may be in Jerusalem, maybe anywhere. And then the Antichrist shows up and sits on the throne there. And then that prompts the new Messiah to come and defeat him. And I don't know if that brings about the rapture or heaven on earth or whatever. But it's what the Christian Zionists want to happen.
Right.
And I know Nick Mullen's been going hard on, like, go build the third temple. And then when nothing happens, you have to shut up. Like, that's all they have is the promise of a third temple.
Yes.
So just give it to them, and then they got nothing.
Here, have the thing you want. Oh, it wasn't real? Okay, shut up.
Find a new thing, dum-dum. And don't worry, they'll find a new thing. They love things.
They love things. Love things. It's their favorite.
So this 1980s looking operating system is that third temple in Terry A. Davis's mind. What other fun stuff we got? And sometimes he'd get like real cocky about the OS, and he's like, no one else could fucking do this. I am the greatest programmer in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if you're the greatest programmer in the world. Like, I think someone could make something in 2013 that looks like it's from 2013 and not the mid 80s, and basically all it does is make MIDI hymns. Which, don't get me wrong, are cool.
Yes. Yes.
And the thing he kept falling back on his like evidence for why he's the greatest, because I don't know shit about programming, but he's banking so much on having written a compiler in the OS. He keeps saying that. I don't know what it means, but apparently it's really fucking impressive.
One of you nerds tell us what that is.
Yeah, like I said this like to the video because I
like talking to the videos because they can hear you.
Yeah, but it would be something of a moot point now. But I said I don't know what a compiler is, but could somebody else do it so he shuts up? Basically, it's the third temple argument. Do it so
just do it so you shut up.
So shut up.
It doesn't work.
Then he started making video blogs.
Yeah. Then he became a streamer on YouTube.
On YouTube, where he made 100 videos in a month, all directed at co-founder of Google, Larry Page.
Yes.
To which I wrote, "Poor Larry."
Poor Larry. As if Larry knew any of them were happening. Like, and also I couldn't even imagine how many views they had.
Not many.
Not many. 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Other people like him.
Yeah, pretty much. Over time, the video, you start hearing a lot more bird sounds.
There's so much bird noise
in the videos, and I said I like to think that he lost having his own room privileges and had to move into the bird room.
Into the bird room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His parents like took away his bedroom at age 45.
We need to be able to monitor you a lot better, and the bird room is where we can monitor you.
I will say,
he appears to be in a like unfurnished basement.
Yeah.
For most of the things he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks real cool. And I'm this is definitely a even a broken clock is right twice a day. I don't agree with everything.
Sure.
Terry A. Davis does and says, but I don't mind. I'm not mad at how much he says the N-word. He operated on a 48-hour schedule.
Yeah.
Like he'd be awake for 32 hours and sleep 16.
Yeah.
Don't mind it.
Not bad.
I almost want to try it.
I think you could do it.
I think I could do it.
Very easily do it.
Yeah. You'd have to train yourself, and I think your body might hate you for a little while.
I think the first couple of weeks would be real hard.
Tough.
I think you'd be struggling quite a bit to stay awake.
Yeah.
And also not oversleep.
Yeah. And also it's weird because we're on a 7-day week.
Yeah.
So like you do Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, then Sunday, Monday, then it's not the same each week.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you're looking at it like, let's assume you're looking at it as one day is 48 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not actually 7 days.
No, now it's 3.5 days.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of like you look at it that way.
Yeah. What else? And then with his then he got real. It's also funny that they all seem, with respect to religion, they all seem to go Catholic. I guess like Catholic is the most like trad Christian type.
Yeah.
And the rest are all these newfangled ones. Thanks for nothing, Martin Luther.
Goddamn Presbyterians.
Henry VIII. Anglicans. Pass.
Barf. Listen
to the Pope, heathens. So because at one point he said, then the CIA and Northern Ireland, those Protestant bastards are the ones pulling the strings. I'm like, yeah, Belfast is really fucking with you.
Forgot about how much power they have.
It's true. What was the context of this? I beat off to my niece. So what? She looked like 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager. I guess he said that.
I mean, he must have.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
I don't remember that specifically, but
I do.
have we gotten to him getting catfished yet?
Not quite.
Okay.
No. Then what? Then again, just going like deep Catholic. He fantasized about leading a Catholic army of South Americans, but then decided that was dumb because they're boob.
Yes.
That was
fun. One of his beeps.
Yeah, my brother and I got high on gas fumes and sucked each other's dicks. What of it?
I don't remember that either.
I guess we grabbed.
Are you just making up stories now?
Maybe these are just my own confessions.
Of your
Dead brother.
Of your non-existent brother. You gave him AIDS from sucking his dick, and now he's dead.
I guess so.
Gave him feline AIDS.
What else? And then it was Physics Girl was the
Physics Girl.
Yeah. So I said it was a funny thing by me. Because he became like infatuated with just this like YouTuber
girl.
whatever. Physics Girl, and I'm like, careful, Physics Girl is going to shoot Ronald Reagan to impress you. And then the catfishing begins because I wrote some Chris Chan style trolling.
Stuff, yeah.
So people straight up catfish him as Physics Girl.
Yeah, so he disappeared for a little bit.
Yeah, he has these little, as any great internet story has. They're always like, people disappear for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if they need to like recharge or forget
Or they
how
get
the internet works,
or they get on their meds for a little bit,
or
and
they
then
get on their
back
meds
off
and they're like,
them.
oh, I need to
I need to
relax.
stop doing this, and then you're like, I don't want to do my meds anymore. I'm gonna go back.
Meds are gay.
But while he was away, the internet sort of like had picked up on him as a,
because for a long time he was getting he had a very low Q score.
Yes.
Like he wasn't getting like much traction. Very select little things like, oh, this guy's funny.
Yeah. But like that was it.
Yeah.
But then when he was gone, it really like
kind of picked up. Yeah.
And then of course when things get popular and get picked up, of course you have to start trolling.
Yeah.
And
certainly.
He came back to a little bit more of like fanfare.
Yeah.
And that was when they decided that like, well, you know what would be really funny to do to this clearly mentally disturbed
very
individual,
unstable man,
is pretend to be the girl that he loves.
Yep.
And that we're married.
Yeah, and I'm going to bank on the fact that he's so off his meds that if I just pretend to be the girl and tell him we're married, he'll think we're married. Guess what? Success.
and like, he's not going to message her because he thinks he's talking to her.
Yeah.
So we're set. We're in the clear.
Pretty much.
Bingo bango. No more punk, brother.
Yeah, he gets... This was, I don't even know if it was their intention or just a happy accident, but after trolling him and catfishing him to the point that he thinks he's married to this girl, he is, I don't know if he's even tricked or if he just does it streaming porn on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Which gets his YouTube account banned.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was pretty good. He thinks he's married. We got that. So basically every account he has is either hacked or he violates terms of service himself.
Yes.
Like he basically loses all his...
And kind of doesn't understand why he's violated the terms and conditions. Like that's not something that he can grasp on a normal day.
Not so much. At some point, he has a full falling out with his parents.
Well, they show a lot of it, and it's fucking insane. Of him just screaming full volume about nothing.
Nothing.
But like at his, like, you know, like the I don't know, the Zionists are coming into our country. They're stealing all of our microchips so that they can
CIA
process them and put them into our brains. Like, you know, just
full schizo.
Like, no, but it's nonsense.
Yeah.
And his parents are just, you can see, they just
these
two old white people.
These poor old
sitting
people
in their living room with the bird squeaking in the background.
It's been their whole life,
and they just have to sit there and let him scream.
They've been doing this. He's pushing 50.
Yes. I think
they have had to deal with this for half a century.
from all of their adult life. Now, I don't have kids. I might never have kids. I don't fucking know.
Should we have kids?
We can keep trying.
Okay.
God knows we try.
God knows we tried.
I think as
Oh, it's over 2 hours. No, we can keep going.
as a human being,
Well,
as a half a human being,
as a Captain Ahab,
as Captain Ahab,
assigned human at birth.
I would definitely
Kiss him.
drown my kid in a bathtub when he was like 4 if I realized he was like this.
Yeah, right?
You can't. I would rather drown my kid in a bathtub, go to prison for 15 years and get out and at least have my free time.
Yeah.
Than spend 50 or 60 years of my life.
No one should be expected
having your son
to have to do that.
Scream in your face for 10 minutes and then say to you out loud, I'm trying to remember why it is that I love you. Because he says that to his mom.
He does say that.
But like, he's not saying it in a malicious way.
He's literally
saying it in a
thinking out loud.
Yeah, it's like I would have.
I'm so fucked up.
Yes,
that I'm trying to remember.
I would have smothered him with a pillow when he was 4 in hopes that they would have just let it slide.
Then we have
died in his sleep, and now we can go to Aruba whenever we want.
But no TempleOS.
I know TempleOS, but that's fine. I'm thinking from the parents' standpoint.
They would be okay in a world with no TempleOS,
but we wouldn't be.
We would, but they would. Yeah. They would probably have a better quality of life. Yeah, I have no malice toward any parent who throws in the towel on a really fucked up kid.
Because this again, is
eugenics, good or bad? Guess what? Good.
This is worse than having a kid with Down syndrome. It is, because kids with Down syndrome are like, they're positive, they're happy. Yes, you have to look after them the whole time, but you just plop them in front of wrestling.
No, they love John Cena,
and they're good to go.
No one's happier than Down syndrome.
Exactly. They love boobs and they love wrestling.
They have a considerably better quality of life than us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't have to work. Don't have to pay taxes.
Just bang on the drum all
day. But like a schizophrenic kid, there is the very real possibility that they'll murder you.
Yep.
That they're going to spend their entire day just screaming at you from the other room.
Yeah, and that is a bad quality of life for the person too. It is miserable to have schizophrenia.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is why you got to kill them.
Maybe you got to kill them.
Just scramble their brains in the womb. I would, if there was a way to find out. Do you not think that if they in the womb you could find out that your kid was schizophrenic?
Yeah.
Do you not think that everybody would scramble that kid's brains?
Scramble it. Try again.
100%. Make another one.
Reload.
Yeah, and then if the other one is, then maybe stop trying to have babies.
What if you found out your kid was black?
It would explain a lot of things. It would explain why my butthole's always so sore.
Speaking of black, how about the fast forward? He's homeless.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately his parents can't handle it anymore, and he is no longer allowed to live at home.
Yeah, it's too much of a problem, and I blame no one on that.
He's living in his van.
Yeah,
he's recording videos on his phone.
Yes,
because he doesn't have access to his computer anymore.
Right.
So he's using the computer at the library, which I'm sure is
squalid.
Yeah.
There is no computer on God's green earth more covered in cum.
Oh well, yeah.
Than a library computer.
Than a public library computer.
Yeah.
He's making videos to his wife.
Yep.
Is he
now? Let me answer you didn't ask a question, but let me answer your question with a question. Was he beating off in the videos?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
He was posting videos of him masturbating for his fake wife.
That's right.
That he kept saying about you should be here with me. I don't understand why you're not here with me.
I don't understand why I have never seen you.
But that doesn't
does not deter him.
Doesn't deter him at all.
No.
He still thinks he's married.
Yep.
And so he's living in his van.
At some point gets arrested for urinating in his van, which begs the question, how do you get caught urinating in your van?
I don't know. Also, how is that a crime?
All the doors open?
Also, how is that a crime?
Don't know.
It's your van. If I own something...
What if it's pointing at a school?
That's a different situation. Yeah, he So he eventually leaves Vegas and drives to Portland.
Yeah.
Or he drives to Texas first.
He does a big old loop.
Yeah.
Like, he goes farther than I would have imagined he could have gotten
He's
by
capable
himself.
of going
Yeah.
on no money and gas.
Yeah. So good on him.
So he goes to like
It was a real incredible journey.
he goes to like in West Texas.
Yeah.
Becomes a redneck.
He's a West Texas redneck.
Is there for a bit and is posting videos and is living in his van. Then he drives to Portland.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know,
home of crazy.
He has lost the van.
Yes.
Like it either broke down, doesn't have it for whatever reason. He doesn't have it anymore. So now he is just living on the street.
He's straight up a homeless guy.
But yet he can still make and post videos.
He's got his phone.
And there is one video that he got very lucky that it was a Naruto black man,
A blurred.
and not a regular black man.
And not a, yeah.
He is sitting on the ground in front of a wall recording himself.
Yeah, saying something crazy.
Saying something crazy. And a black gentleman
Minding his own damn
has
business.
nothing to do with what's going on.
A passerby.
Is just walking on the other side of the street. And you don't really see the clip in this video doesn't show the beginning of what happens.
No.
It just shows the black guy crossing the street and him saying, what's up, N-word?
Yes.
And the black nerd, the blurred, says to him, like, what did you say to me?
Yeah.
And he was like,
And he's not like a super blurred.
no. But he's also not going to like curb stomp him.
No.
Like a regular hard ass black dude would.
This guy was too polite. I guess he knew the guy was clearly crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess he's not.
But again, he's not necessarily calling him an N-word to be racist.
Yeah.
He's just saying it to him.
It's just what his nutso brain is doing.
Exactly. Like, it's not intended to be malicious, but he doesn't understand the malicious
That it sounds
aspects
malicious, yeah.
of saying that to a black guy you don't know on the streets.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a confrontation. He immediately backs down.
Oh, yeah.
Like he immediately tries to calm the situation.
He at least understands aggression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is more than a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So completely crazy. And then the internet sort of finds him.
Yeah.
And people are
because there's
making
talk
a
on Reddit and whatnot. I'm like,
pilgrimage.
this. Hey, remember this
TempleOS
this
guy?
guy? He is wandering the streets of Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people start going and finding him and taking pictures with him. And then there's one, I guess he's a YouTuber. I don't know who the fuck he is.
I don't know who it is. But
Has
there's a guy.
a sit down, meeting and meal, buy some food. And they're talking about just actual coding and operating systems and stuff. And he seems kind of normal.
He can talk pretty lucidly about that.
Yeah,
which I think is the thing with some schizophrenic people. If you get them on the right thing and can focus them, they're okay.
Yes. It's when they have to have cognitive thought.
Yeah.
About problem solving.
When they're left to their own devices.
Yeah. So they show that, and he, and then I think again he disappears for a little bit.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, he's looking real disheveled, has not been eating,
and way off his meds, and can barely.
Yeah, he's
talk.
mumbly and rambly.
He's had
slurring.
Yeah, he's not under the influence of anything, but he's slurring like he's wasted drunk.
Yes. Yeah.
Somewhere before, or maybe he typed it. I don't know if he said it, but at some point during the dark years, I said a white woman has sex to reproduce. A black woman has sex because it feels good. To which I responded, I'll be having sex with black women then. Thank you.
That is something he says in a video.
Oh, he says it.
He says it in a video.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Just one of his random ramblings and rumblings.
I like that even though his OS is very 80s, he does adapt to the times. Because in some of the newer schizo videos, he's talking to Elon Musk on the telepathy phone, and Elon was obviously not a thing people were talking about in 2013 or before that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I like these adaptable.
Well, I think some of this is much later.
Yeah, no,
Right.
the Elon is much more recent, but that's a thing that he's evolved with because he wasn't talking about Elon.
That's true.
Obviously earlier, so
Elon wasn't
he's not stuck in the past.
Yeah. But it's wild.
good
It's
for
wild that he would get that information.
It is.
That
It is.
his brain would allow him to be oh, it's been 7 years since I started doing this shit, and
Yeah.
oh, there's other people, other things. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So then eventually they like,
All I have left is his accidental and unexpected death.
yeah, he completely disappears.
Yeah.
They've heard, like, I think his parents or somebody hears a rumor that he's dead.
Something on Facebook.
Yeah, something on Facebook, and then there's like an obituary.
Then a bunch of people thought it was a hoax.
Yeah, they thought it was him faking his own death, as if he would have any reason to or be capable of faking his own death. And then all that we're told. So like at this point in the video, I was like, I think he says that there was a discussion about an accident, a fatal accident, and that was it. And I was like, oh, we don't even get to hear the circumstances.
I said that.
Because he started talking about something else right away.
Pardon me, would you mind telling me what the accidental and unexpected death was?
Because he said accidental death, then he starts talking about, I think, the OS system again.
Hey!
And I was like, whoa, dude, backtrack it, because it's not like he just passed away in his sleep naturally of the age of 52 or something.
Yeah, give us something.
Yeah.
And then my next note is all caps, plowed by a train.
And the train driver said it was
definitely a suicide.
Definitely intentional.
He jumped his ass in front of a moving train.
Yes.
Which, honestly, cool way to go.
From an overhead
oh, yeah, that's right.
passage or walkway.
Pretty sick.
Like, very clearly went over the handrail. Train's coming. 1, 2, 3.
Red dust.
Yeah, red dust. So yeah, very, very clearly did it. I mean, it's sad because obviously help wasn't working for him.
No.
I don't know that he should just be freely on the streets. But also, like, what do you do? Like, a state-run hospital is not going to do a lot. And
It'd do better than the street.
Sure. But yeah, I
don't know why we closed all the mental hospitals.
Because the government didn't want to pay for it.
They probably should.
They definitely should. Especially if you
I think we could really crack down on random near fatal downtown attacks.
Yeah, machete wielding crazies.
Machete wielding crazies.
Needle stabs.
Yep.
Yeah. I really wish that for the 2010 Olympics we had done the 1988 Los Angeles Olympics. 84, where they just round up all the homeless people and took them out in the desert and just left them there. I really wish we'd just
go Beijing 2008 and literally kill them all.
I mean, also that is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I just round up all the crazies in Vancouver and just take them out to, like, I don't know, fucking Mission and just leave them there. Because getting from Mission back to Vancouver will take them like
take a while.
15 years.
Yeah,
so
like a generation.
And that's if they live.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I used to have more sympathy for homeless people, for sure. Until
you started voting conservative?
Until I worked downtown in the worst area of the city.
You were in an interesting little area.
Every single day that you walk outside of the entrance to the building is human feces everywhere and men catching and eating pigeons.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, I don't have a lot of sympathy for the mentally ill that are living on the streets. I get it sucks that you didn't have family that could help you or that the government failed you. Like, that fucking sucks. But also, I don't want to step in your shit while I'm going for Starbucks.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
That's my white privilege at talking to you.
I like that. I just really think they should by 1,000,000% like ramp up mental health spending.
Yeah. Well,
and we used to have not far from here.
They reopened it.
Did they?
So
but it's not
but it's not
in full use.
They reopened it to the lowest level, non-violent, very likely to be rehabilitated people who are having mental health issues. Yeah. Not the ones that are downtown,
not the ones that
swinging machetes and sticks with rocks attached to them
that need
at
to
people's
be
heads.
Probably permanently institutionalized.
Yes.
Yeah. And with the ones that clearly do need to be permanently institutionalized, because there are ones that regrettably there's basically no hope for.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you take a more aggressive stance on those. Yeah. I don't know. Nobody's happy. They're not happy. The people around them aren't happy.
Yeah. We're not happy ever. We're never happy unless you give us money.
It's a net negative.
That makes us happy.
So, yeah, I don't know. Some are tough, but there should definitely be people getting institutional mental help that they're that is just not available.
But isn't like being put in a padded room where you get 3 meals a day and get like to have baths and showers and medication?
Yeah.
Isn't that a better lifestyle
100
than sleeping on the ground, being addicted to fentanyl and trying to kill people because you're hallucinating?
Yeah, I think like having a roof and not murdering is better of the options. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so. But what do we know? We're just a couple of white men.
Yeah. 220, almost. That's not bad.
It's not bad. Want to do the next one in under 30?
Yes.
It'll be fun.
Just all Made in Abyss, nothing else.
Nothing.
Done.
All right. So
Thanks for listening.
We'll mostly almost promise. Now a lot of people are going to say that we said we were going to do certain things on this episode, and we did one of them.
We did some.
And that's something, right?
You're greedy. You're
And
greedy
we're-
little pigs.
And we're probably going to do the other one next week, or in our time in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're done all the things. Now, I would hope and assume that in the time before you hear the next episode, we've received a bunch more requests or just money, because just money's fine. So maybe by the time you hear next week's, we won't have done everything. But as it stands for us in real time, we'll have done everything. So good for us. And you can also celebrate us by sending us money. There's no reason not to send us money, right?
No.
I can't think of one.
If you have the money,
Yeah.
there's no reason that it can't go to us.
Yeah.
We're giving you all the answers, Mr. Policeman.